All right. Definitely. All right, you ready, Walker?
With anime in our souls and thoughts of wrestling out of control, we are a group of weebs who love the entertainment of professional wrestling. So allow us to be the voices inside of your head as we go through the wrestling events of the evening, give our thoughts and predictions on what's to come, and provide an experience inclusive to all you nerds out there. So grab your steel chair, yell for the table, get put through an experience unlike any other. Brought to you, of course, by Anime Wii Studio. This is the Weebs of the Ring podcast. Welcome, everybody, to the post show of the Royal Rumble. As you can see, we've got a plethora of hosts here, a plethora of guests as well. We'll get to the introductions here very shortly, but as always, it's lovely to see all you wonderful, beautiful people out there. Love to see you guys. Hopefully, you enjoy the Royal Rumble. If you didn't, well, I mean, hey, we all have opinions, just much like butts. We all have butts, and it's nice because poop comes out of them. And whether your opinion is good or not, hey, it might just be poop. Who knows? But we're going to be the judges of that. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to process all these stories going on. First and foremost, if you're new around these parts, it's always lovely to see some new faces. Hopefully you have subscribed, by the way, because we are just a couple subscribers away from the wonderful 200 mark. Would love to have that mark before midnight tonight. If not, well, sorry, Sydney, you might end up with a few less treats tomorrow night. So hey, let's get those subscribers up to 200. But hey, let's get some introductions out of the way. First and foremost, I am one of your co-hosts, your reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world. That's right. It's Watkins here. I'm going to be your guide through all the bullshit that is WWE wrestling and the Royal Rumble tonight, which was, some people say it was good. Some people it was bad. Some people would say, hey, it's mediocre at best. Again, we're going to talk about all of it, but let's go down our line here of all of our co-hosts, of all of our guests here. First and foremost, our returning co-host, as always. First of all, he is known as a revolutionary. He's known as a visionary, if you will. Sometimes, he gets on top of a soapbox and he just loves to yell the praises of one baldy bastard, Bill Goldberg. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the number one stand of the spear jackhammer himself, Legendy Vash. Vash, how you doing tonight?
I want to tell the audience and I want to tell our new guests as well. I'm not a Bill Goldberg fan. This is all part of Watkins. Don't let him believe that what he said is true. But I am the visionary. Is your boy, the human typhoon, Legend Vash, and I'm here from the House of Tempest, from the Will of D for my One Piece fans, or the Latino Heat for my Eddie Guerrero of the Three Amigos. Like Liv Morgan continues doing this because she's the girlfriend of Dominic Mysterio, even though he has not been here for 2 months. But hey, we're here for the visionary of tonight, for the show, for the transitions that we're going to hear and enjoy. Watkins from saying gas, but then saying, hey, returning, which one are we going to? But I'm going to pass it to our third co-host of the show of the evening that will be dropping this knowledge. Is the show good, bad, or the ugly? Drop this box.
Yes, that's right. Drop this boxes here. He's going to lay down some boxes for us, let us know, hey, maybe this story's good, maybe this story's bad. Either way, he's going to help us process all of those things. And hopefully those boxes he lays down, he just lays down nicely instead of just throwing it to the ground like a certain musical group would do. But ladies and gentlemen, like Vash said, it is Drop This Box here. Drop, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, and I'm wearing the EO shirt, so it goes with the gimmick on the show, so that's really good. But yeah, we will be talking about the event of the evening when it comes to the Royal Rumble this year. It's obviously an event a lot of us look forward to every single year when it comes to the early stages of like WrestleMania season, when it comes to really getting into that and seeing how everything really takes off. It's honestly one of those things where if you really just wanted to wait until this point to really start off like the season of WWE, if you like missed like any of the Raw or SmackDown shows, technically you could do it because that's really when things really start coming together and you get those fresh storylines on Monday and then Tuesday heading into like Stand and Deliver and everything around the WrestleMania season, of course, whatever you see happen on SmackDown. We typically get things here when it comes to not necessarily people that win them, but also feuds that end up leading into WrestleMania as well when it comes to the little things that they're teasing. But yeah, you guys typically see us when it comes to our shows on a Monday or a Friday, but we also have two guests. And the first one I'm going to introduce is Aniki. And Aniki, I've known him for a couple years now, especially when it comes to the My Hero streams that we did in the past and everything. But it's also good to have you on here as well when it comes to, talking about wrestling.
Hey, I appreciate that. I feel welcome. I got a lot of opinions about how this Royal Rumble went. This Royal Rumble, especially the men's Royal Rumble section, reminds me of one of my favorite quotes from the league esports scene. It was winning up until it started losing.
Well said. Well said.
I love it.
And I'm gonna leave it at that for now.
Oh man, yeah, no, Aniki's been a friend of some of us here on the channel for quite a long time. He's gonna be the big brother here to kind of help us, maybe chill out a little bit, maybe cool down some of our heat, more hotness, and all that. Maybe help us, step down and be like, okay, you know what? Maybe some things are a little different than what we think and all that. But if you're one of our returning guests, you know that we have somebody who has been here on the channel, who has talked to us, who has reacted with us on certain shows, especially a year ago. Ladies and gentlemen, since Matt Cardona is no longer part of the Indies, we now have the king of the Indies himself right here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Vonnie. Vonnie, how you doing tonight?
Hello, all my indie darlings. My name is Vonnie. I hate Vonnie Wave, whichever platform you find me. And while, maybe Aniki might be more of a level-headed person, I am not, bro. I'm here for pure ignorance. And I want y'all to know, in the words of a one chick magnet punk, I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest. Because I don't hate you, Royal Rumble. I don't even dislike you. I do like you. I like you a hell of a lot more than I like most PLEs in the back. But we're gonna get into what I feel about this Royal Rumble of the Lord's year 2026.
Oh yeah, no, trust me, you're not gonna be the only one.
We're
diving
gonna
into
get
that.
into it, chat. So little backstage stuff as I toss my title right back there. As always, need you guys to like the stream. If you don't, again, Sydney's gonna get less treats. So hey, she's been a good girl. She's been an excellent girl, especially during the Royal Rumble. Like, she wasn't getting too hyper. She was just, kind of judging me and Vash as we were watching, as always, which, it's fine. Dogs do that and all that, but hey, we all have pets, or some of us have kids, so if these kids want like lollipops or some sort of treats or toys or anything, hey, you gotta like the stream, because if you don't, they're not gonna get any of that. And in fact, they're probably gonna get less of those, especially if you dislike the stream. So just throwing that out there, these dogs, these animals, and these kids, they deserve good things. So like the stream, subscribe, check out all these other people as well that we have. All those links are going to be in the description below, all that fun stuff. But hey, you're not here to hear plugs. You're not here to hear different things that are going on. You're here to hear about the Royal Rumble. You're here to hear about different opinions, especially here on the internet, because hey, sometimes the IWC has some good things to say. Sometimes you have some things that the IWC makes you want to scratch your head and be like, are you guys even paying attention? Are you even watching? Are you even using your brains to figure out, what's going on and all that? I don't know. That's not me to judge. I'm just going to be here giving you your honest opinions and all that. That's what we're here for. We're going to start off our conversation with the men's Royal Rumble.
I was going to ask if we were going to start with that, or if we were going to take the easy route talk about
Nah.
the in between.
Nah, dude, we start off heavy. We come off strong. You know, we go into the bar and we see the hottest lady and we're just like, "Yo, girl, what up? Meet me in the bathroom right now." That's how we operate here on the Weebs of the Ring channel. We start off with the hottest headline stories. And we're starting off with the men's Royal Rumble. That's the biggest talking point to come out of this show. That's right. We're going to talk about it because, hey, you know what? It was a fun Rumble. I'm just going to come out and say it. I thought it was fun. I had a lot of fun. If you want to check out like our live reactions, we do have a stream. The VOD will be up here later on. Cool, neat, awesome. Check that out. Check out the short form that'll come from that. But I don't know. I thought it was fun. Was there many surprises? Not really. Maybe the winner was mainly like the biggest surprise, if I'm being honest. Like, I didn't really think they were going to go this route, but hey, they're going to go this route with Roman challenging one of the champions at WrestleMania. We'll find out maybe at a later date, but yeah, I'm going to start off with we're going to go around a little bit. We're going to keep the conversation going, whatever have you. Drop. Let me know what you thought, because you weren't on the live stream as much as us, or doing anything on the side or anything. Let everybody know. Let us know, what did you think of the men's Royal Rumble, just as a whole? Just as a whole. What did you think of everything?
Okay, so when it comes to like the men's Royal Rumble, this one I was actually more interested in. Not taking anything away from the ladies, but they didn't really put as much effort at all whatsoever. And this is an ongoing thing with them, so that's not really that much of a surprise. But they didn't really put that much effort at all building towards the women's one, so everything there was just there for me. But when it comes to the men, there was a lot of things I was looking forward to when it comes to the participants. When it comes to Oba Femi, I mean, in all honesty, like, he's probably one of my favorite guys right now. So when I saw him start off the match and everything, I was super excited because I was like, okay, he's here now, finally. He's on the main roster. He vacated NXT Championship. He knew there was bigger things for him in the horizon, and I was super glad to see him. I was interested to see, like, people crossing paths with one another that we don't typically see, people going head-to-head all the time. That's why, I was kind of hoping. I will come out and say that I was kind of hoping we got something with Penta and Rey Fenix here. We did not get that, so when Rey Fenix got thrown out, I was a little upset about that. Kind of wanted to see them work together a little bit in the Rumble, because ever since they like debuted, they have not been near each other at all whatsoever. And that's again, something that we'll talk on Monday or SmackDown. That's something they should definitely throw into their tag division. But I felt like this one was just more engaging than the women's one when it came to just like how competitive it felt and everything. But I will be honest, I love Roman. I think he's awesome. I enjoy him a lot better than previous years, of course, because of the character change and how everything worked with him. But I'm not really a fan of the outcome of him winning the Rumble, in all honesty, because, I mean, he's pretty much one of those guys where he could just get it just by asking. And one of the things I like about the Royal Rumble specifically is it being used as a way to launch you into superstardom. Basically one of those things where you get that little cheat code to get there. Roman doesn't need the cheat code. He's already there, just like Cody and all these other guys. They're already there. If anything, that just gives them like Willy Wonka's golden ticket just to get there a lot faster. But when it comes to just him winning the Rumble, it just, I don't know, to me, I don't know if it was because they were in Saudi and they felt like they had to do it because he's really huge over there, but I felt like they could have gone with like other people. I mean, I was one of those people where I was like, you know what? Sami doesn't win his match, but I didn't really expect him to win it. Maybe he can get thrown in there. Maybe they can stop teasing us about Sami being a WWE champion for the past couple years and actually do something with it. But unfortunately, they like making moments at every WrestleMania, even though sometimes that can feel a little bit too saturated when you do that, because it's starting to make me feel like they're probably going to say that for next year because WrestleMania is in Saudi, which I feel bad for those ladies when it comes to them going down there on the ramps and everything. But outside of like this being more engaging and everything, I mean, I don't know, I just feel really indifferent about him winning like the Rumble. It's not that I don't hate Roman, because I don't. Like I said, I think he's an awesome guy and everything, a lot better than previous years. But it just felt like really underwhelming to me, because I felt like as soon as I think there's like I forgot who it was in the top of my head when it came to like a certain superstar being knocked out there. I felt like, okay, they're gonna go out with Roman. They're gonna go with Roman. Like I honestly wouldn't be against like Randy or like some actually not that I think about it. Like I heard about this rumor going around about Drew heading into the WrestleMania as champion. The current rumor going around is him, Cody, and Jacob Fatu for the title. I wouldn't be opposed if Jacob Fatu winning the Rumble just for him to get there. And then obviously Cody just self-inserts him. And then they just have the match there or something. Just do something a little bit different. Like try to like spice things up a little bit and everything. Because I'm tired of like the easy route because they're just like they just like going down that route so much. Like I don't understand why they like playing it safe way too much. Like use this to create a superstar, not give it to someone just because you want another accolade or something. Like we get it. Is this going to be an ongoing thing every year where, oh my God, this person won a Rumble in the past, they got to win it a second time or a third time? Like, come on now. Like at least with Liv Morgan, it was different because it was her first time and she actually put a lot of effort into herself, compared to where she was many, many years ago. At least with her, it made a little bit of sense. But it's like with Roman, I don't know. It just leaves a sour taste in my mouth. It just wouldn't be my first choice. That's basically how I feel about it. I'm not gonna really, walk away and pretend, just wear a fake smile and everything. It just wasn't really over the moon over that.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you there. So yeah, I'm gonna turn it now to one of our special guests here. Aniki, I want you to start us off. What did you think of the men's Royal Rumble? Any like immediate thoughts that came out into you?
Who looks ready? He's like, all right, I'm gonna throw this bomb right here.
He's like, I'm ready. I'm ready to get onto this.
When I said they were winning until they were losing, I meant they were putting on like a good show. They were delivering. It was engaging. It was exciting. And then we got to like the final like 10 people. And everybody who it would have been like, ooh, this is interesting. This is going to be a new star. This is going to be a launch. Like this is going to launch pad somebody. This is was gone. And everybody left with somebody who was already in the main event scene, somebody who's already got like WrestleMania moments. Like you gotta think if there's Jey Uso, there's Gunther. They both went at it at WrestleMania just last year. You got Roman Reigns. I don't even need to say anything about that. It's fucking Roman. It's like I was like, why? And like I drop hit it on the head because I was like, dude, they played it way too safe this year. Like Roman is like the safest choice, and in storyline, it's not really earned. No, and that's the thing that sucks about it. Like, it's a purely out of kayfabe decision. It doesn't work within kayfabe. He's not around. He's been beefing with like Bronson Reed, and like that was like the last time he was really relevant. Like in kayfabe, of course, obviously, like he's Roman. He's going to be relevant for the next 5-10 years, regardless. And so it's like you make this choice that's strictly I think people will like to see Roman decision. It doesn't matter if the storyline there is actually good, because what is the storyline now? Because like Roman has technically been a face his last couple of appearances. So I guess you could put him against Drew because Drew's the heel champion, but Drew has an actual ongoing story right now that I guess you could supplant. But is it going to be as interesting as what we could get? Like, if you give me a fatal 4-way with Roman, Drew, Cody, and Jacob Fatu, cool. I can do that. I can respect that. But if we're just gonna go put like Roman in a 1v1 against like CM Punk, I'm a big Punk fan. I've liked the way Punk has been doing this championship reign. But there's something that I want to say. Like, if Roman cannot be the guy to beat Punk, and the reason why Roman can't beat Punk's current character is because Punk's current character is the old veteran trying to see if he still has it. Every single championship title defense match has been like this lovely scrap where like some people are like, oh, Punk seems, yes, that's the story. He's an old man fighting to keep his spot at the top. He's directly stated, XYZ can come get me.
Yep.
So that's the story with the title right now. It's like, so when Punk loses, like after, because he got scammed right when Seth cashed in on him, and he had that crazy ass wonderful slobber knocker with Gunther, and then you have all these wonderful matches, and then what you're building towards is whoever beats Punk should be the next big thing. Whether that was going to be Braun, hopefully whoever goes after Punk for WrestleMania, if he's still the champion by then, is through the Elimination Chamber and not Roman. Because if you told me we're going to put Oba Femi against Punk at Mania, I'm like, oh, Oba can win here. I'd be okay with this.
Yeah.
Like, he could squash Punk.
Yeah.
And I would still be okay with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, that. Sick.
We all agree. Like, yes.
Yeah.
Bro,
yeah, nah.
Like there's nothing interesting. There's nothing that interests me with this storyline.
No.
And like that's why, like, as soon as you said we're starting with the men's Royal Rumble, I was like, the first thing I'm gonna say right now is that Roman was the wrong choice.
Yeah. No, I think, and like we were even talking when the event ended, during the live stream and all that, and you and I were both kind of on the LA Knight train, because it's like at least that's something different, because it's like, okay, he's been feuding with the Vision, okay, and this is what I was saying in my predictions too. Is it's like, okay, are you really gonna have like Braun Breaker win the Royal Rumble, and we're really gonna go on like a 3-month story build with CM Punk and the Vision, when he's already kind of doing that? Come on, man. Like, we could do something more, something different than that. But like, and I kind of agree with you too. And this is another thing, like, we were trying to push here with it, was just like, if Roman was to go for a title, it could be against Drew, and you can make it a multi-man thing. Like, if Cody wins the Elimination Chamber and he also picks Drew on top of like Roman picking Drew, hey, there's something right there. That's at least a multi-man match where like we can get something out of it, because at least each man has some sort of history with each other. Is that kind of copy and paste from last year in certain aspects? Kind of, that there's an argument to be made with that, but like there's at least something with that and all that. So I'm gonna pass it on now to Vash here. Vash, anything you want to add before we get into more of the Rumble match? Like, what did you think of the men's Royal Rumble match, especially with us like side casting again this year for the Rumble?
The sidecasting, my computer for my first time in like the past 2 years kind of fucked me over.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that part.
The whole fucking glitch of drop frames. I've never had that happen to me in a long time. So as somebody who gets here from my friend stories of, oh man, I'm dropping frames, internet, I'm like, I'm here being cocky and I got files, 1 terabyte, all this. I don't got those. And then one day when we're streaming, I never thought I would drop frames, chat. Fuck myself that day, which was today. However, like he said, the women's Royal Rumble match, the men's women's, we do have that cap, so at least you guys go check out our stream reaction and everything. However, Roman, I agree with Aniki, wasn't the right choice. I agree with Drop that the event itself was entertaining to watch with Watkins. It was entertaining match. What the funny thing is that when I asked Watkins, because I got all my screens being used while streaming, I asked Watkins, hey, how does the internet look? He kept telling me they hate the match, horrible, bad women's match, men's match, Roman this, and I'm like, God damn. And it just sounds very like, I get audience, fans, critics, content creators making fantasy booking. I get it. That's part of our life. We're trying to fantasy book sports. We're trying to fantasy book live theater, wrestling. But then when we get something that's so unexpected as Roman, and we're all agreeing that this was the wrong choice, and it's like we even said it behind scenes and saying it now, that Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, and Elimination Chamber are for superstars that are meant to kind of, like Jey Uso got told by Triple H in the Unreal, and there's clips out there, we're going to put the rocket on you and you're going to fly. Did he flew? Hey, that's up to you guys' perspective.
He did.
Well, yes, he did flew. Did he stay up there? No, he kind of probably got a bit down. But when it came to this year Royal Rumble, who did we elevate? Roman is already elevated. We didn't need him to win. Liv Morgan, that's more like her sketching that accolade right now, so it doesn't need to be repeated if it does in the future. Cool. So I feel like for Liv, we could talk about that more later. But for Roman, you're not elevating nobody for him. Like we said already, and I know we're gonna break it down more when we talk about the other eliminations and other people, give shout outs to them. But for Roman, it's like you literally went par to par with Obafemi on 5 eliminations and 5 eliminations. We also started the event by speculating already and then bringing up on the title card in the bottom saying that, hey, Brock Lesnar has number 13. Can Obafemi, can he defeat it as well? Guess what? He didn't. And Roman was also tied with him in the same elimination. Like, we could have had something to elevate. Well, but if you're not going to give him to win, you could have given him the Iron Man, or you could give him the most elimination type of broken record for Brock. But no. But Roman, great for you. Let's see what story gets built, unless we get a type of movement within the next week, and then we get a whole new story getting involved. Maybe The Rock comes back and says, "I'm the final boss. We're gonna have a final match." Who the fuck knows?
You want to know something funny? Actually, so I was you know how they have those interviews that people probably don't watch anymore, those post shows. So basically, they had Triple H. I guess he was there answering questions and stuff, and he said he doesn't even know when Roman's gonna be on TV to make his decision. So like that's another thing. That's another thing that bothers me, because it's like I like I said, I like Roman, but he comes and goes whenever he wants. And how are you gonna really make this like build, like feel anything? Like you're just gonna have whoever he chooses just building the feud. This is why like I'm so against. I'd rather him win like an opportunity towards a match if it's like a #1 contenders match, or like something along the lines of that, like far ahead in 2026 if he ever gets some sort of like opportunity there, because at least there's multiple people involved or whatever it is. But if he doesn't like at least put a good at least like a couple months in, since he's been away for so long, to build towards these matches, that's another reason why I'm not going to give a shit about it. Like this is the thing I hate about Roman feuds, is if he was active like he was before, that's fine. I understand certain things happen in his life and it's not really the same as it was before, but it's like you gotta at least make things matter here for the people watching the program. Because when me, Vash, and Watkins come on here weekly to review the shows or whatever, we're not going to have much to say in those segments. We're going to have to say, oh, yes, Punk said this, or Drew said this, or whatever the case may be. So just seeing shit like that pisses me off.
Also, I just want to say that one of the funniest things that I've seen from the IWC in reaction to this is they basically said this is how Roman's going to announce who he's choosing. And they basically made a fake Smash announcement with Roman, like as the.
Oh yeah.
And look,
how it's about to go down.
Oh, we literally are gonna get for the next 3 months. We're gonna get the return of Tribal Chief comes to SmackDown, or the return of Tribal Chief comes to Raw. Yeah. Because I know Ronnie's about to go off, since he's about to have his moment and be like, wait, Roman, we have no update on when he's coming back. Fuck this shit.
Yeah. Now, Vonnie, please go off. I know you were watching with some friends as well, so please go off. How did everything go down with
tell your experience too about that.
It was cool, man. It was a couple of us that got together to watch the Rumble. Just it was a good old time. Like, enjoyed it. Well. We watched the show. We enjoyed each other. Where do I even begin? So
he's stuck on his words.
The best thing that they did in this Rumble was get Braun Breaker out immediately. The first thing. That was the best thing that they did. It was unexpected. It was fresh. It told you what the storyline for him is going to be set going into WrestleMania. Yeah. And to y'all's point about not wanting to see the Vision versus CM Punk from now until freaking WrestleMania, that solves for that problem. Because if it wasn't going to be him, it wasn't going to be anybody else.
Yeah.
Cool. We go in, we deal with the match or whatever, everything happens. My pick initially, I thought Brock was going to win. I didn't want him to win, but I figured all right.
Brock Lesnar?
I thought Brock was going to win. Only because they kept talking about how this was going to be a splash Rumble. They were talking about like a whole bunch of stuff was going to happen. Some wild, crazy Triple H lying to us in that sense. So I'm thinking like, all right, that's code speak for I'm putting it on this motherfucker. Like, and that's what we going with. Cool. Brock ends up in the Rumble and he eliminates Obafemi. And the thing about it was like it served no purpose because when Brock got eliminated mid Jey Uso Yeet session, it's like, all right, well, what was the purpose of him being in this Rumble in the first place?
Yeah.
Bro threw a fit in the backstage. He's like, why did I get eliminated because of Jey Uso's music?
I'll say this. This is the one thing that I'll say that putting Brock in the Rumble might have been for. And it was to protect Oba by having him screw Oba, because getting screwed by Brock doesn't hurt you.
True,
But
because
it's still
yeah,
stupid.
yeah,
Like,
Oba, if you don't put him at number one. Thank you. You got 5 niggas get him out. Don't put him at number 1. Maybe put him towards the end. Have him get eliminated in the final 4. There's so many other different ways to go about this. Cody Rhodes could have been the guy if you really wanted to put, like, he wasn't going to take that L if it's like a set star. You just kind of had him in there and then out there, and it's like, all right, well, that happened. He didn't get the record I think that that Brock had. And then like, all right, well, LA Knight comes out, and I'm like, oh, this might be the guy, because now I'm thinking the whole the Unreal. I'm like, all right, well, this is like the whole Unreal shit that happened with the LA Knight. They talking about, hey, like you really screwed the pooch on this Money in the Bank, even though he really didn't. Like I'm thinking, okay, this is gonna be his big shot. They setting the stage for the story. LA Knight gonna get this victory, and now we got something. We cooking with gas. LA Knight gets out of there, and I'm like, all right, well, I have no idea what's going on. They gave us the toughest Final 4 in Roman Reigns, Randy Orton. The third guy was Gunther, which why the fuck was Gunther in the actual Royal Rumble? He just had a match.
A good hour or so. Sure.
I was hyped for that. I was like, guys, let Gunther win the Rumble on the same night that he retires AJ. And I know what I'm doing when I say retires AJ. That phenomenal farewell tour. Oh, I can't wait for that shit. But yeah,
I'm getting off an ignorant hot take right now, and the reason why I say this is because everybody, and I know WWE wants to do this so bad, but it feels like they scared to pull this trigger on it. Give it to Logan Paul. If you're going to do it, give it to Logan Paul. Because it feels like, in my opinion, y'all want Logan Paul so badly to be the main event guy that goes on to win an Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania and carries the world title as your super dickhead heel. And he keeps getting shitball victory after shitball victory, which is fine. Not a problem at all. But if you're going to do it, you got to commit to it. Don't pussyfoot and then do all of this for him to get knocked out in the Final 4. Because it's like, yo, that spot could have been for somebody else. Also, why the fuck do you have people winning the championships? Why is a tag team champion in the Royal Rumble? Why is a U.S. champion in the Royal Rumble? That's
a fact. We literally said it behind the scenes and everything, and that's annoying. Like, no tag team, no U.S., no IC title should not be in any of the
doesn't make any
you could
sense.
save those spots for surprises, for any actual NXT superstar that need it, or like show them more opportunities.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
So, like, at
why
least for me,
in the fucking Royal Rumble?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's that too. Like Mr. Iguana, fine, sure, whatever. What like mainstream people love Mr. Iguana. All right, cool, neat, fine. Like, but at least for me, I'm just like, okay, a tag team champion in the Royal Rumble, whatever, fine. But like, yeah, I do see y'all's point though with like the IC champions or like the US champions, like those mid card titles. I'm just like, why y'all gotta be in the Rumble? Like y'all got your own champ. Like I get it. Like, oh, let's elevate them to the main event. It's like y'all aren't gonna win. Like,
or have a match then that night. If you don't want to show them in the Rumble, have them do a match with somebody. That's totally fun. Or have them do a match in the pre-show like you did with them.
When we get 2-night Rumbles, that's gonna happen.
Let me ask y'all a question, right? For the men's, I'm talking for the men's one specifically right now, and I'll give y'all Obafemi, but personally, I feel like he wasn't in this one. He would have been regardless. What star was made in this match?
No one.
No one. The only one that's already established, Trick Williams, is already over, and he won a smack that he was hit with people. Yeah. That's awesome. We had a moment of. Yeah, I don't know how long he was there, but he took out, Iguana and Grande Chad version, which we had a Grande Americano Ludwig number 12, and then Grande Americano Chad. I need to hear your opinion because you have lost taste about this like 6 months ago, so I need to hear it because you didn't tell us anything. So what did you feel when you saw number 12 being Ludwig and then number 13 Chad Gable and seeing the original? I'm curious because trash, understood. Okay, God.
But No, because I just wish Chad Gable just came out as Chad Gable. I'm tired of this Al Grande Americano like garbage shit. Like this fucking
tired of this bullshit.
No, I'm tired. Like what I really wanted in this moment, I knew the Al Grande Americano with Kaiser was gonna be a thing, but just have Chad Gable come out because the guy already looks like he looks a lot different behind the scenes. I've seen the photos and everything. The guy's been putting in a lot of work. He looks like he's gonna have like a different look to him too. Has like more of a beard going for him and everything.
Yeah.
But it's like I kind of wish he just came back as himself and pretty much just buried the hatchet with that gimmick or something. Because he's a lot better than that. He's a great wrestler and everything. I just want the best for the guy. I just want him to reach success in some way. I was honestly hoping that he came out the either as himself or he did do the Al Grande Americano thing. But he just took the fucking mask off, threw it away and everything. It was just Chad Gable the entire time, just giving everybody in there German suplexes like the entire time. Like I just get really tired of it because I'm glad Tommaso Ciampa, by the way, won the TNT title. So congrats to him. But it's
oh, he did.
Yeah,
he did. Oh,
no, it's just one of it's just one of those things.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like you see like other guys leaving the company, they reach success like that and everything. Like I don't understand. Like this is like Triple H obviously knows like the people he cares about because he had them under his own supervision when he was doing the Black and Gold like all those years ago and everything. So it's like you guys know that like, and they always say they listen to the online. I have a hard time believing that because if they did, they would understand a lot of people want to see Chad Gable in like a different image. But like I did not give a fuck about this shit at all. Like as soon as I saw Grande Americano come out and I saw him, like why the fuck is Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate like that? Like they're above that and shit. Like it's just ridiculous. It's an overdone gimmick.
And I think the worst part about that gimmick is that you started that gimmick on Gable to have him get back at Penta.
Yeah.
And then that story is just gone.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I got a question.
Go ahead, Bonnie. Yeah.
I think important piece of context to know before I ask this question. Finn Balor is my favorite wrestler.
He's awesome.
Like active wise right now.
Oh yeah.
With that, awesome. I beg the question: why the fuck was La Parka in the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Damian Priest came out number 7 and Finn Balor didn't.
This is the other
Adam
thing.
Pearce has something against people.
No, this is the other thing I find funny because it almost seems like they were trying to build to like somebody getting taken out, and I kind of wish that they did that based on what we saw on Monday when Finn was just like all over the place. He was just fucking pissed off. He just caused a DQ in the main event and everything. I was expecting him to do something. Somebody that was involved there. And honestly, I wish it was La Parka because I didn't really give a fuck about that guy. In all honesty, I know he's a meme and everything, but
no, I love La Parka. Don't get me wrong. I want to preface that, but like that was a Finn Balor spot. What are we doing, bro?
It just feels so weird he's not in
out of this whole 30 people, the people that did not need to be here is Gunther, The Miz, La Parka, and the Grand Americano. That's 4 people.
Wait, hold on.
Yo, that's
the
4
Miz
people.
The Miz spot was funny. The Miz spot was funny.
No,
where it's just like,
I fuck with The Miz, but you could have replaced anybody else.
These two like freaking behemoths are staring down each other. I'ma back off a little bit. You know,
it was a good funny
agree
bit.
With La Parka,
but anybody else could have done it.
Yeah.
Remember, Chris Jericho was a big rumor as well. Y2J, the reports and everything.
I don't want to see him.
See, the thing with Chris Jericho, I'm gonna be honest. Every time I see clips of current Jericho wrestling,
it's exhausting. I get it.
Yeah,
he's too old.
Like, bro,
that lion salt now.
Take care of your body.
Take care of your body. Take care of your body is crazy.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Look,
that could be the motto for AEW.
Look,
just do a few more cruises, dude. Just do a few more cruises.
No, like so that
like,
was the
really
thing, right? Is that I saw some Jericho cruise stuff.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh no, bro, you gotta go sit down. You
yeah,
gotta go sit down, man. It's done.
Gang, we ain't getting no Akira Tozawa. We ain't getting no freaking Eric or Ivar. No Shinsuke. No Grayson Waller. No Kofi. No New Day.
Grayson was in the pre-show. Grayson Waller and New Day was in the pre-show. They had their own match during ESPN.
We had pre-show matches back.
Oh,
Yay! Huzzah! Finally.
No Otis? Like, come on, man.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Otis.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just Monday Night Raw,
can't.
bro.
I can't.
Like, hold on. No, because now I'm
Yeah.
looking at the Smack. Where was the Motor City Machine Guns?
Yeah.
They're
I mean,
Motor
that's just a
City
general
Triple A
question.
and
That's just a
Street Profits
general
are doing
question.
NXT house shows right now.
Why is
Yeah.
Fraxia not in the Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Again,
Yo,
Again,
Kit Wilson.
yeah.
Imagine Kit Wilson with his new song. That new song. That
What
new
we
song.
doing,
They
man?
had that
Yo,
perfect
this song would've been
opportunity there to
perfect.
do that. Yeah, they had the perfect
Kit
opportunity to
Wilson's
do
song
that.
would have been popping
But-
during this Rumble.
Where was
You ain't had no-
Hornswoggle? That's the real question.
right? Look,
you asked some
all
real
we need to
questions,
do, all we need to do is start having 40-man Royal Rumbles again,
Yeah.
Bro,
and then I was looking for like no.
Yo,
hold
what
on.
about Dallas as
somebody
well?
say that online, and it actually had a decent amount of support.
Mhm.
And like,
Yo.
look, if we want to do 40, if we were to go back to 40-person Royal Rumbles, right? What I would want,
You would need a 2-night Royal Rumble as well for that.
yeah, like
That.
first off, then at that point, I want 40 for both men and women.
Agree.
The first
Mhm.
night could be either the men or the women. I don't care which one, but like each night, boom, boom, that's the main event. But at that point, I need feuds going into the Royal Rumble
Yeah.
to be extremely relevant throughout the duration of the Rumble. And that is
Yeah.
something that like a lot of the women's Rumble felt like, oh, there's not a lot of story to it. But if you notice, there was a lot of tag teams in the final 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
They had a
Now-
lot of like tag teams working together. So you had Kyrie accidentally eliminating Asuka. Like, all right, I guess I got to because I got to contrast it with the final 10 of the men's Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Like,
Yeah.
you had like Charlotte accidentally eliminating Alexa. Like, you had actual stuff that like you could tell instantly. Boom, this is gonna be more storyline. It feels like the only
Mhm.
storyline that was really honored in the men's Royal Rumble was Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes.
And
Yeah.
with Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Drew
there-
interrupted. And the Braun
there was
Breaker
that.
in the beginning of the match.
Braun
Yeah.
Breaker, which trust me, folks, we'll get into that here in just a second. Like, the Cody Fatu stuff, the Braun Breaker stuff. If you want to, you can throw in the El Grande Americano stuff. You know, granted, depending on how your investment is with that story, which I'm not gonna lie, folks, I kind of had fun with it.
I did
like,
too.
I did. Like, I'm sorry, like, but I
Fox,
do,
I'm
I do
sorry,
hope
but
that
I
it.
did too.
Yeah, I do
like
hope
that
that
part.
it does stop at WrestleMania
Yeah.
at the longest.
Yeah.
Like, have that be the stopgap for it, so that way some of these guys can just move on with their lives. Like,
So
as
that-
much life as Ludwig Kaiser has given to that gimmick, let's move on. Let's
Yeah,
move
I
let's
on.
just
move on.
realized, are we gonna have Chad Gable with the Creed brothers as their version of the original
Oh,
Please
version?
please,
no.
please,
Please no.
please.
No.
I'm not.
Please no.
I'm gonna be in complete silence.
I mean that, yes, but don't
Yeah.
have the Creeds in mass. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
because
I feel
if
like they
that
are. I feel like they are.
if that ends up happening, I'm gonna be completely silent during that segment. I'm just gonna be like, let's move
It's
on to the
inevitable.
next one.
It's
Yo,
real.
Y'all worried about the Creed brothers and Mass?
What?
Brutus Creed was the one who curb stomped Braun Breaker.
Oh yeah.
That
It was
happened.
Adam
Oh,
Pearce,
shit.
bro.
I will say this though. I am glad with the presentation that Powerhouse Hobbs had. I really like that. How
Yes,
they-
big shout out to
Oh, yeah.
him.
Yes.
The name, Show Power Hobbs, and then Royce Keys.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right
Yes.
about that.
That
That was a
theme
good.
sound hard.
Yeah,
It-
I like
it
the
is.
theme.
They
I
do
like the
that
theme
with-
too.
'cause they
I
did-
like. Yeah.
Because they did that with Matt Cardona too, right? Like when he came back, there was like,
Yeah.
woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
Matt Cardona is who he is now.
Yeah.
Yep. Now I will throw this out there. So like I think I said this. It was either like last night or like during our show, or maybe like last week when we were talking about things and all of that. But like, do you guys see Royce Key? I'm gonna try to refer to him more as Royce Key so I can get that.
Just think of Royce
ingrained
the
in my head.
5'9".
Yeah.
No lie, I do be thinking like that. It just transitions in my head.
Do you guys see him being on the main roster, or is he NXT bound? Because me personally, I think he's gonna even though he debuted in the Royal Rumble, I do think he's NXT bound because that men's
SmackDown.
roster
Muscles.
needs some people.
SmackDown.
Not with Not with them muscles. They putting that nigga on the main roster. I'm letting you know that right now.
Also,
you can't put him on NXT right now when you got Keanu Carver that you're building up to be just like him. So it's like,
it's
I also
Yeah,
don't
like-
think that like everybody should be going through NXT.
Yeah.
You could put
Yeah.
Powerhouse Hobbs,
Right.
Royce Keys into the IC scene. You could put him in the US title scene. I mean, the IC scene is weird because they constantly want to cool off Dominic for whatever fucking reason. Because that. Okay,
Yeah.
so I know we said like don't have people in the Royal Rumble, but if we're gonna have champions of the Royal Rumble, where was Dominic?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Here's the kicker with that. He's apparently currently injured.
Yeah, he's
Yet-
out.
He still has the IC title, and they're not doing shit with it. They're not.
And
What
the Triple A
happened to
title.
this whole rule of like, oh, you have to defend it every 30 days? Bullshit. Like you're doing that thing. They're doing that thing that I hate that WWE does, where it's just like, oh, we will abide by the rules when it's storyline centric, but when it's when it's not kayfabe related, oh no, fuck that shit. But like, it's the fact that it deals with a title that has, mind you, folks, some really like deep history with it.
Yep.
Like we're really gonna just shelve the IC title right now? Fuck that noise, man.
Dude.
Like,
The IC title is unironically my
Man.
favorite title. Like,
Yeah.
good.
especially specifically the old version that was like a real big oval.
Hmm.
So like, you had the big oval.
Yeah, the blue
Oh
joint.
yeah.
See,
Yeah. And it had the white strap, right?
Annika, me and you just similar wavelengths tonight, man.
Yeah.
Like, goddamn, man, that's one of my favorites. What
That-
with like the world in the middle and like the oval
Yeah.
shape.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
in 2K25, McIntyre
Yeah.
is the IC champion with that belt.
good.
Yeah, it's
Good.
funny
That's
because
the Ken Shamrock title, right?
yeah.
Yep. I'm
Yep.
pretty sure it was.
Yeah, it's funny because I always make jokes when we do our SmackDown coverages where I'm like, it's almost like the US title and the IC title like switch identities, because the IC title, when they were building up with Gunther, that used to be super relevant. Now it's like irrelevant now, and now Carmelo Hayes is in Ilya Dragunov for just pushing that title to the moon. But like the only other thing I really want to say,
Dominic,
yeah,
great.
yeah, I agree. I don't understand like why they're doing this for, and like keep teasing shit with Finn, not capitalizing on it, forgetting that they ever had issues to begin with. I mean, whatever happened when he pinned Finn at WrestleMania last year to win that belt, when Braun Breaker had it, didn't really talk it out at all. You teasing this tension, nothing ever happened, didn't get one single match. You're teasing Finn going off doing his own thing, not really giving a fuck about the Judgment Day, just making his own decisions, still not doing anything with that. Before we do get more into that, the only thing I will say about Royce Keys is like, since Bronson Reed eliminated him, I do not want to watch an episode of Monday Night Raw where they're starting like a fucking program of Royce Keys and the fucking Vision and shit, and then you just have Bronson Reed just beat him there and everything. Like, just let the dude do his own shit. Like, gives a fuck, man. I mean,
that's why I said SmackDown, because I think it's better having him on SmackDown, some US title stuff, some stuff that's outside of the division. Just focus. I'd rather that.
Yeah.
I don't want that scares me though, because like, do you really want Royce Keys right now going up against Carmelo Hayes for that title? Like, how long of a reign do we think Carmelo's gonna have then?
True, but then also, where's Obafemi gonna land? Because not that he came back and is in the Royal Rumble, he has to slid in a slot like Raw or SmackDown. So like, if you have Oba in Raw, you have to have Royce Keys in SmackDown, because I don't know if you want to have the same two big dudes that almost have the same type of stats in a way.
Yeah, because the way I see it personally is, if you're having Trick and Mello on SmackDown, you kind of have to keep Oba away from those guys. So, and the way that they're treating Oba right now, you kind of have, they're more than likely, just the way that they look at him and all the talk about him and everything, they're going to want to have him on Raw to begin with and everything. And I wouldn't be surprised, like, if Hobbs is on there too, like if he actually does like do something over there or whatever. But I'm just hoping like they have things like, I say this very lightly because I don't trust them with shit. I say it all the time, but I'm really hoping they have like, not necessarily with like Oba, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna be fine. I feel confident in that. but I'm really hoping they do something with like Powerhouse Hobbs, because like I don't really watch AEW as much as I used to. Like I've never been like this super big fan of it, but I do know a lot of people said he had a lot of potential there. He was doing a lot of great things and everything.
He did,
and this is his opportunity to do that. So I'm really,
I still stand by, like, I can't remember what he's doing right now, but I still stand by this. Wardlow needs to go to WWE.
Yeah.
Like, but
I feel like he will.
That's just a whole
I
other
feel like he
conversation for a whole other day.
Yeah.
But like I mentioned on our live stream too, I'm just like, man, I remember like a few weeks ago, like the last time Powerhouse Hobbs was on AEW TV, he was getting his head like caved in into like some cinder blocks. I'm just like, man,
you know,
now look at him. He's in the Royal Rumble. Fine.
Yeah, Wardlow got hurt actually. I thought, right?
Yeah, Wardlow's been like he has just a whole start-stop.
The other funny thing that they typically do is whenever an AEW guy comes over, they always have that Cody Rhodes meme where he's always looking at him.
Yep.
And Cody Rhodes stared at him and everything. That was cool. One thing I'm happy that young OG Javon Evans had a good showing, at least in the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
They protected Javon so well.
Oh, Vash disappeared. What happened, Vash? Oh no, Nani. Anyway,
Triple H made that boss call.
Mind crush.
Triple H made that boss call.
Yeah.
My thing is, I was gonna bring up too was like, where if you're Javon Evans, where do you go from here? Oh, here's back.
Oh, there he is.
I mean, again, there's a whole IC title picture, like, because he's on Raw right now, so it's just like, you know, like, have him part of that
ladder match.
Oh my God, him and Dom. Okay, him and Dom, if they let,
let me
I
put
don't know
this.
about y'all, but I figured Dom was gonna win the IC title going into WrestleMania
Yeah.
last year. Because when I
Yeah.
saw him have some of those matches with Penta and stuff, and they let him hoop, I was like,
Oh, yeah.
this boy is hooping.
I just put that Triple H statement in the side chat.
Dominic is a fucking hooper. That man won the IC title. Everybody was like,
yeah, ran back to the ring, celebrated, yeah.
And then he was like, all right, we can't let you hoop on TV though.
Yeah.
Those two together could make magic in the ring, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like a Javon and Dominic, bro. If Dominic wasn't injured, especially because, like, think about John Cena's last feud. His last feud was with Dominic.
Yeah.
For a reason, bro. Because that boy is a star.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Also, they wanted to put the Intercontinental title on him.
Yeah, they want to put it on him again. But the one thing I want to say before my internet fucking disconnected me is that it was nice to see Randy Orton and Javon Evans redo the thing they tried to do last year with NXT.
I was thinking
really
about
dope
that.
to see that. I'm happy a lot of people caught that. You know, the top rope of Javon Evans going and Randy just caught the RKO because Javon Evans was very disappointed. It didn't work the first time. He said, I'm sorry. And then look at that, it worked out. So that's a big shot I want to see. Because I know we're about to transition in a few to the women's, because I know we're wrapping up because we don't want to hash on the bullshit of Roman no more.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm actually glad that you brought up Randy Orton's and Javon Evans, because I do have two things to say about that. With Javon, I also like the pop-up Samoan drop that he did with Jacob Fatu. That was really nice as well. He went up really high. That was really cool. And then the other thing I had to say as well is, like, are we ever gonna do anything with Cody and Randy? Are we just gonna keep teasing shit and stuff? Because we had we had like Cody go for the Cody cutter and everything. He got Randy with it. It wasn't intentional. It was accidental because of how it was like set up and everything, and the guy he was actually going to use it against. But it's like, what's going on here with that? It's like they had many opportunities when Cody had the title to do a WWE title feud between both guys, never did it, and now Randy has some ammunition towards him now whenever they come and cross each other, probably on SmackDown, if he ever brings up, oh, why'd you do this and that to me, because obviously they're gonna call that out because they telegraph a lot of shit and stuff. But it's like I don't know, like, where that's gonna lead to, because like just the way that things were telegraphed towards the end of the match, it makes me think it's just gonna be a Drew, Cody, and Jacob Fatu thing. But it's like, is Randy gonna fit in anywhere? Like, what is Randy gonna do? Like, Randy's ever since he came back, he hasn't really, outside of like some high profile matches he's had, he deserves to be put in like a better spot than he is.
I look at it
I
as
think
triple threat. Fatu ends up winning.
Oh, please, yeah.
Randy does something to Cody that leads to
yeah.
Fatu being able to get the dub.
Oh yeah. Actually,
Don't tickle my pickle like that. Don't tickle my pickle like that with Fatu. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Box, to your point about what you was talking about right now, with like them not really pulling the trigger with Cody and Orton. Like WWE got this weird fixation with pre-com. Like this is the exact thing that I was talking about with the Logan Paul thing. If you gonna blow the load, do it. Like, bro, don't do the over the pants hand job thing. Like, go, like, bro, shoot for that. If you gonna do it, do it.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of the weird, like, will they, won't they? Like, it's so many other different matchups you can do. Like, you can get it out the way and get to it.
Stop with
the. Made me think of that American Psycho line where he's like,
good.
It's a like, what do you say? He's like, it's an ass or something. Eat it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. No, stop with the foreplay. Just stick it in already.
Yeah.
Just that. You know, like.
X got traumatized.
Oh my god,
I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, just like with LA Knight,
Oh my God.
they have a fixation with like LA Knight too with that shit.
Yeah, man. Like,
If you
bro,
got LA Knight in a fourth Money in a Bank.
Yeah.
I'm going to
he
scream.
doesn't win. Come on.
Yeah, I swear to God,
I'm
if
going to scream.
LA Knight. I don't want to see him in Money in the Bank unless he's a heel, because I do not believe he can win that item without being a heel.
Yeah.
The Money in the Bank briefcase is not a good item for a face to have.
No.
Right.
Because you don't get good cash-ins from a face, right? Like the face is going to be like, I'm going to do this the right way.
Yeah, yes and no. I think it kind of depends on the character, because like with somebody like LA Knight, he's somebody that, like, even though he is, you know, a face and all that, he's still somebody that, like, or, you know, if WWE wants to go back to like 2023 time or 2024 time, where they actually, you know, knew how to write characters in a nuanced way, it's like, okay, we can have LA Knight be a face, like, you know, play upon the crowd, but also kind of be an asshole to people. Like, you can still do like that. I don't want to say tweener, because he really isn't, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, you can be a face without being this idiot.
Captain America.
Yeah, I'm just glad he doesn't eat up. I'm glad he doesn't eat up the crowd.
So
yeah, exactly.
Like that's okay. So that's another thing, right? Is that the last time Cody and Randy had a match, Cody was being a dick. Like he started targeting Randy's back injury, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And
I was like, that's a little heelish, Cody Rhodes, but okay. So you have the groundwork, right? Like he went against Randy. He like was targeting Randy's back. You have this now. Are we really about to, like, so here's the thing, right? If Cody retires Randy, that's kind of perfect.
Yeah.
But I also understand that we're currently blowing smoke up Gunther's ass. And,
we're in a Gunther regime. We're in a Gunther regime.
I want to talk about Gunther for a second, because I've said a lot of bad things about Gunther, because I genuinely did not enjoy seeing Gunther on my television for a really long time. So, what I want to say about this career killer thing is that I actually enjoy this direction for his character, specifically because of the hypocrisy within it. You are the ring general who believes that the ring is sacred, blah, 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 blah. You retired Goldberg. Okay, Goldberg is a fucking fraud. Let's be real here.
Yeah. Wait, be careful with your words. Vash is in here. Be careful with your words.
So, cool. You like, in reality, that wasn't a heel action. That was the action of a face. Getting Goldberg out of the ring is the action of a face, not a heel. We have to make sure this is understood. Okay.
He said he did the Lord's work.
I'm on a mission from God.
He said, "Thank you for your service."
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, like, thank you, Gunther. You retire John Cena, who, like, is kind of seen as the beginning of the sports entertainment problem, where like characters are a little less balanced. His moveset, even though I feel like it's shitty for people to do that to John Cena, and like, because like back when he was doing the let me pump up my shoes and do a leg drop on the back of your head, because during the Dr. Thugonomics era, he was hitting the throwback. He had a lot more moves before, you know, the Marine came out and he started pretending to be a soldier because that's what Vince wanted. But you retired John Cena. You started talking about how you made him tap like a little bitch. The thing is that with this retiring of AJ Styles, you have no ammo to justify this. And that's what makes it good, because now you're taking on legends. You're taking out people who like are legitimately good wrestlers that there is no real excuse to hate on, and like you took him out of the game.
What worries me? No, very spot on 1,000,000%. The only thing that I worry about, and I pray that they don't make this be his whole thing, because like he doesn't need to just be fed everybody for the sake of retiring him, because there's only so many retirements. Like, there's mad pensions and shit, bro. Like, just still let him just have regular matches.
Right.
They still need jobs. They still need to pay the bills.
Right.
The only other retirement I want Gunther to have is Brock Lesnar. Don't give him Randy. Don't give him anybody else besides Brock Lesnar. If you give him Brock,
I want Oba to put Brock in the dirt.
Yeah. I want Oba Femi. Well, technically, before I wanted Braun Breaker to be the one. Now it's like, all right, cool. You're just getting.
I mean, he needs.
I don't know what's going on with you.
Casket match and accidentally forget to get him.
Yeah, and after what he did tonight,
he's completely incapacitated.
Yeah, he needs a fall from grace after what he did tonight.
He's just
So like that's the thing that at least for me with like Oba and like Gunther and Brock, Oba I would want to feed Brock to Oba at Mania, but like because Gunther
I would hope.
know that Gunther wants Brock. You know, like we know he wants that match, and I feel like he's gonna get that, whether that's at Mania or SummerSlam, because SummerSlam is near like Brock's home, if I remember correctly, this coming year. Like a lot of people have been speculating, oh, that might be Brock's retirement match and all that, which that's possible, but also money depending. Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. So it's just like,
so
okay,
say bye.
It just depends on who we do first. Do we do Gunther and Brock at Mania, or do we do Oba and Brock at Mania? Like,
but thing is,
whoever gets Brock at Mania first, the retirement match, I feel like at SummerSlam, if that is going to be a thing, is going to be who does it, whether it's Oba or Gunther, either one of those two. But I mean,
okay, so I'll say that then at that point, Gunther retires him at SummerSlam, Oba gets his ass at Mania, because
and that's where my mindset is.
Yeah, and I said it off the show. I think I might have tweeted it a couple times. If you have a character named the Ruler, and then you run a King of the Ring tournament, and you don't have him, the goal is to introduce him as a beast to this world.
You gotta give it to him. Run that shit.
You're getting another fraud video. Fraud watch.
I mean, dude,
what's that one song? Fraud nigga. Why
dude, I really hope that's in the cards when it comes to the King of the Ring tournament this year. Like that dude needs to win it. I'm sorry. No other person. I don't give a fuck about no Braun Breaker or anybody. I would give that shit to Oba.
That would be fire.
I would say this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, we don't talk about this enough, right? But low key, when Oba do that walk, he be looking like a Kingdom Hearts character,
bro.
Right?
That's why.
Right? Right, dude.
That's a crazy reference. That's a crazy reference.
I don't care. I don't care if Vonnie doesn't like it. The freaking Conqueror's hockey that just oozes off.
Oh, Oba has Conqueror hockey. Yo,
it's just
Oba
like
has
you
that.
see the black lightning.
Don't put that weak ass shit on him.
Well, trust me, once you find out, you know what? That ain't that weak. That shit. No.
Pressure. Yeah, the spiritual pressure from him. Just like you just feel that heaviness. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't fucking move.
He's about to hit that limit break.
I have to bend the knee. I have to bend the knee at this guy. What nani?
Yeah.
Public service announcement. Fuck One Piece.
He's about to hit that limit breaker.
Just kidding.
Hit that limit breaker.
I just wanted to add, my last comments about this Royal Rumble of the Mets, because I know we have shit on it, glaze it, talk on predictions where we could go for the story. this was an overall entertaining match of Royal Rumble of Men's. Wish it could have gone better with surprises. We had some interesting ones that were surprises, which was, we had Mr. Miguana, La Parka, interesting surprises, but nothing that us fans of wrestling were expecting to get for this match. I honestly had a good time watching it with Watkins, reacting and laughing and having a good time. Well, if I was watching by myself, would I feel as enthusiastic, as entertaining? Who knows? I'm sure Vonnie could feel the same. Like, it was more entertaining watching with your friends and just making the entertainment, the enjoyment more enjoyable, because that's what I agree. It feels like. If this man got another tattoo instead of another fucking match,
he's doing shit on AAA right. He's doing shit in AAA right now.
Oh my god!
That's another video package in AAA.
Side of the world.
Champion down there.
That title, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That title hard.
No, it is. That's why I wish he would solely focus on that. Drop the IC title and just focus on that title and that.
I do agree. I do agree with that. And the last thing I was gonna say is that LA Knight, you took down the whole division team. Please don't come back on Monday and restart the storyline with them, because I would not want to see that. Please. That's overall last thoughts of my Men's Royal Rumble. If anyone wants to go next for us to transition to the women's and glaze on them.
The only thing I want to bring up for everybody, and this will be the final question for the Royal Rumble, because I don't want us to talk in circles the whole night, because we do have some other things to talk about. Right. It deals with Braun Breaker, and I'm just gonna throw this question out there: who do you guys think attacked Braun Breaker?
Braun Breaker screwed Braun Breaker.
I'll say this: the speculation online for anybody to already have an idea is Austin Theory, Seth Rollins, and Adam Pearce. Those are the people that I caught online in the timeline. Yes, in the timeline, people are saying these players.
Dude, I hope
Adam Pearce like 5 times. I saw Adam Pearce 5 times. I saw Seth 3 times. And I saw Austin like 3 or 5 times. So I was like, hey, people got thoughts.
Dude, just for
the reason why I'm team Adam Pearce though,
is
because again, fuck Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
But anybody who actually watched the Attitude Era, anybody who was around back then remembers Vince was a fucking menace, and it made for great television.
True. Adam, he's a menace.
Having like a GM that was like that shitty. Like,
I was just talking about this.
Can you get out of my head? Get out of my head.
I was just talking about this.
1999 Royal Rumble, dog. Like,
like
that was some bullshit.
That was bullshit. That was complete ass.
Dude, I
but it made sense in the grand scheme of things, because like it got Austin over. But
exactly.
And like, but like when he corrupted The Rock with the corporate elbow, like, come on.
No, I legit thought the other day, I'm just like, man, we haven't had like a heel authority figure or like an authority figure that like really like threw their dick around and all that. And I'm just like, then tonight happens, and then Aniki's just like, oh yeah, Adam Pearce. I'm just like, oh shit, shit. We could do that, and like there's the setup right there with like because we had Paul Heyman on the kickoff show being like, oh, Adam Pearce, you want to fuck around and find out? Is that what you're doing? And Adam Pearce keeps being like, oh no, it was a random drawing. But like, I feel like I feel like this is either a way of them like turning the botch from last night's SmackDown around.
Absolutely, it is.
Like them being like, oh yeah, Braun Breaker's number 1, because I feel like he was actually number 1, but they just flipped him and Obafemi around. You know,
that was a retcon. 100%.
I know a retcon when I see one.
Yeah.
Also,
so
I feel like the way that would have gone down would have been Braun Breaker being like, bro, really? And then you would have just had Oba coming out like with Braun in the ring and Paul Heyman being like, oh, what is this? I feel like you're cheating.
Yeah.
And so you still got the same heel chicken shit gimmick out of Paul Heyman. It just would have been flipped.
The last thing I just want to say from my point about this men's rumble is the fact that this happened and y'all are telling me that it could be either Adam Pearce, Seth Rollins, or Austin Theory is exactly why it would have made sense for Logan Paul to win this rumble. And as crazy as it sounds, because if Austin Theory is this mold that y'all are painting him out to be, then you have a story right there to get him to that title spot. Like that's the story.
Yeah.
Logan Paul's pulling the strings the whole time.
Here's the thing: is that like when Braun got eliminated, and I noticed that Logan was in the final 10, like I was like, wait, are we gonna do a? Because like Logan was the one that was like, guys, we need to make sure we all have the same plan, and I think that plan should be making sure Braun wins. And then like you would have had this pivot. I was like, wait, are we gonna do this? And I was like, damn. I kind of don't want the Royal Rumble winner to be Logan Paul because I don't want this man because I don't like Logan Paul.
Yeah,
but
it makes good story. Makes good story.
In kayfabe,
Yeah.
It would be better with Logan Paul instead of Roman Reigns. I would have been fine. If Logan Paul won, I'm like, you know what? Let's run it back. All right, cool. Logan, he hated it. And he has been coming
I'm not gonna
to
say
the audience.
That,
He's been telling the audience, hey guys, I ain't no part-timer no more. I'm a full-timer. I'm here every week. He's been telling people, now if you won the Royal Rumble, it proves more things that you are established more.
And he's
a real part-timer is the world champ right now. And then that's your excuse to get him versus Roman, to get Roman the title, if that's what y'all was gonna do in the first place.
Man, that fucking theme song of Logan Paul's, yeah, you're so humble. Get the fuck out of here.
I love the theme song. I love the bullshit.
I like this previous one. I like the one before that. I
like the last one first, yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I like the Maverick more.
Yeah. This one right now, I'm just like, all right, cool, Nate. You're humble. All right, cool, great. Get the fuck off my goddamn screen.
That's a humble man.
I think we're good for the women's, right?
Yeah. I think we're good from the men's rumble. We hit on a lot of spots. There was a lot of stuff going on in the men's rumble. As any rumble,
the potential man meme. It's the potential man.
kind of, yeah. Like when we get to the end of it with the winner and all that, yeah, it's kind of the potential man. It's like, all right, you had potential to like do something really great. Only time will tell. Especially from like last year's standing, yeah, only time will tell to see like, okay, how good this rumble was. But
this rumble, like when you heat up a plate and like the food feel hot as you carrying a plate, but when you start digging into it, the center cold as a bitch, and it's like, damn, I wish I'd have heated this up more. That's what this rumble was to me.
I know that feeling way too well. I know that.
Meanwhile, the women's Royal Rumble. Again, I think this is just like benefit of like doing a stream and a sidecast with it. I did have fun with this. I think not a lot of surprises. I think the biggest surprise was Brie Bella, which whoop-de-doo Basil. Whoop-de-doo Basil. Brie mode. Cool, neat. Get the fuck off my screen. I think one of my biggest things from this is how this Rumble started with Charlotte and Alexa, because I'm just like, okay, we're having a tag team start this. Cool, awesome. They're kind of playing little games with each other. I did like that a little bit with like starting the Rumble off to be like, okay, we're not just gonna stand around or anything. We're gonna play with each other. All right, fine, cool, whatever. Kiana James, she had a good standing in this. I think the biggest standout for me in this match was Lash Legend. She really stood out for me. And there was a point I'm just like, you know what? Give it to her. Like, you know, as many dark horses as I had in this match to win, once I got to Lash Legend being my dark horse, I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, you win it. You know,
why she got to be a dark horse?
Well, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Call you there.
I had Jordan Grace. I had Chelsea Green. Who else did I have? I had Julia, I think.
The most
I had Selena Vega
that
at one point, but that's because, you know, I have bias because twins.
Every time he called them as his dark horse, 10 seconds to a minute later, they got eliminated. So I kept telling him, just stop calling them dark horse now. He's like, nah, I got to. It's a bit now. I got to. I'm like, no. But then if you call them,
Lash Legend,
they're going to get eliminated. I'm like, no, don't do that. But look, since
I got it back up on my screen, and I'm like rewatching part of it because I was talking to my wife for part of the Women's Rumble. I was like talking to her while watching, and so I didn't actually see how Sol Ruka entered the ring until just now. Bro, that entrance was so like she just came in on business. Like that was
like Sol Ruka was a star.
Great performance. That's probably
my stream My stream went down on that part, so I didn't actually see it because I'm not paying
no.
ESPN. So I'm about to look for that as y'all talking about it.
Yeah, bro. She came in hot. Like she came off the top rope, literally, like springboarded into that hoe.
Yeah, and I think she
need to
transitioned
calm down
into
a bit
two other movesets.
like,
I think she transitioned into two others.
I think she did a Sasuke.
I think so. Yeah.
I think she was trying to do a Sasuke special.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
just because I know that they all have to put in extra work, I do appreciate that the girls all managed to have like pretty good outfits that stayed within like their characters.
Yep.
Like
yes, all unique.
Saudi crowds.
Yeah.
But still, like
the She-Go fit.
Like,
yeah.
Roxanne.
Oh,
The She-Go fit.
And I'm
nah,
a
Charlotte
fan in general. So
yeah,
Charlotte put that shit on too. Charlotte was
She
cooked, like all of them did the work. All of them kept it like their own style, which I do agree on. Like, big shout out to Jordan Grace. She's always doing her TikTok. She's always grabbing her peeps to try to make videos. She's like, "Hey girls, come here, let's do a video and let's all work together." So that's great for them to do that. I just want a big shout out to the Women's Royal Rumble. I had not saying I had low expectation, but I was curious to know how this event was gonna go because for those already know it's in Saudi. They gotta, wear the extra fit, wear the extra gear, just to maneuver and still do their job. And honestly, they've been kicking it for all year round. Women wrestling has been a star because I actually enjoy the Women Royal Rumble a lot more than the men's, honestly. And just with Watkins, as he said, just doing the streams, the sidecast, it was just entertaining. But also just seeing some of the ladies, I feel like they put extra effort. Like Kiana James, I had low expectation of her coming in, and she actually was there for almost a good 20-something minutes. But also, quick context, chat. Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Kiana James has been hanging out over the past week on social media. So just seeing them being the first three and also doing 2 against 1, it's just hilarious when you know what's going on. Like they're probably laughing eternally. Like, you bitch, that shit hurt, but still doing their job, but still also being friends outside of work is hilarious.
Bro, there was no way that Kiana James was hitting Nia Jax with that Samoan drop and not.
Dude, that was crazy. That was
a
like,
great shout.
You got that kind of strength? What?
Yeah, that's the craziest thing she's done so far.
Right?
Yes, with that knee, I didn't expect that. That's somebody I didn't expect. I'm like, oh, Kiana, you got strength. It's not just on the upper part body. Like you got the full strength to actually do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Man,
I just want to say it has no relevance to this topic. That's a black woman, by the way, just so y'all know. Her and Sol Ruka. Salute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's true. Also, Sol Ruka, I respect the fact that she just came in her street clothes.
Yeah.
Her streetwear. That's what I said. She did. Cool.
Yeah.
She said, "Fuck the tights. Fuck that gear. Streetwear."
Because there is something else about this that like made me appreciate the gear too. All the women pay for their own gear.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with that, like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well, like, I'm pretty sure too. Like, WWE doesn't really pay for gear, anyways.
No.
So it's just like, okay, fine, whatever. But like,
it's just extra money. Like, you couldn't use one of your standard outfits. You have to get an extra outfit, and that's a step that the guys didn't have to take. So, like, I appreciate that. It's really just like we got to give ladies their flowers for putting up with an extra hoop that the guys didn't even have to jump through.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Bianca couldn't make it because she wasn't done with her outfit yet. Maybe that's why.
No, that's because she wasn't done with
her outfits.
Yeah, she does make her own.
It's not because her finger falling off the bone.
No. That's just a side quest for her, you know.
I want to say a big shout out. I appreciate for the WWE continue using Natty Nighthearts, and she came in swinging. She came in for the brutality and aggression, and I love that. The feud of her and Maxine continues, and her just also throwing Becky like she's just a chop of paper out of the top rope.
I'm a Maxine fan, by the way. Like I enjoy Maxine. I liked her little flash in the pan title run. I thought it was a good way to like give her, flowers for the work she's been doing.
Well deserved.
Nice that she got to have it with her for her wedding.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That is true.
So
my thing with Natty, right? Like, first and foremost, I don't know if y'all saw the post that she put up where she was standing pissing on her own grave.
I saw that.
Like, how is that possible? First of all, like, let's start there.
Look,
but like,
unless she got that cup
beside
going
that point, Hey, you know what? You're right.
When you're Natty Neidhart, man.
Let me stay out of women's business. You're right.
This is what I'm gonna say about that.
She get that thing on her.
My biggest issue with that shot is that one time I let my wife hold it for me. They don't know how to aim, bro. They can't do that. So like, nah, bro.
See, that's the thing. That's the beauty of Natty Neidhart.
Landed, like right on it.
Yeah.
He said, "I let my wife
of Natty
aim
Neidhart.
We not.
Yeah.
We
Well,
just
buddy,
gonna
I've been there before. I get this. I understand.
We're all holding
He
hands.
said, "Yo,
here.
I've been no scope before."
Yeah. In that.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, Natty Neidhart, she knows how to aim or not aim. Quick scope. Anyway,
No, hey, she a real shooter, by the way, just so you know. Because when she got in that match, she was beating everybody up, and it was beautiful to see.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just
a
hoping
fact.
I'm
they.
just gonna salute my forever U.S. champion Chelsea Green. You know,
Oh.
you just gotta salute you. You know, thank you for your hard service, and you too,
I love
Albafy. You
Chelsea.
put in some work. You put
We
in
are
some
all
work,
slaves.
girl.
How about fire?
Chelsea, bro, I was dying because Alba got eliminated twice and she wasn't even in the match.
What
Yeah.
in the match?
Yeah.
But also she assisted by putting the foot on the side of the ring.
That
She
shit
was a
was
star.
good. That
My
shit was
wife
clean.
actually watched that part with me, and she was like, "How many times do you think they had to practice that before, like that spot, before to make sure they could get it right?" And I was like, "Man, I could see them just like raw dog
On the fly.
Like,
Thank you. No, Chelsea. That's just
Mhm.
on the fly.
Yeah.
She comes up with
Yeah.
crazy ideas.
fuck that dude from WWE Unreal who said that Chelsea isn't like a WWE Women's Champion caliber.
Oh yeah, no, fuck him.
Oh, absolutely.
Fuck him,
Yeah.
man.
Fuck you, dude. No, Chelsea can hoop. Just because she chooses to be a shit-eat heel to amuse the crowd and give us a good show, like, nah, bro, don't disrespect Chelsea like that.
No.
But my thing
Don't do
is,
that.
to your point, you don't think this is gonna lead to her being a world champion at some point? Like, you
Yeah.
I
drunk
hope
as
so.
hell if you
I
think
hope
that
so.
she not gonna be, bro. All right, if you
Dude.
think the crowd not gonna let her be champ, you drunk as shit.
That's
Dude,
someone that.
just the past day, like the past 24 hours on Chelsea's social media, she's been clowning him. She's just like,
Imagine if
oh,
she said,
like,
"I'm now president of the world."
yeah, like, come
Take the
on,
stick
man,
higher.
like,
come on, like,
I don't care, man. I was full on. I mean, I've been Chelsea Green fan since day one. Like, hell yeah, girl. Because that's the thing. She, no matter how much time she has, whatever role she plays on the roster, she maximizes every single moment she has. And the thing is, she knows her role in the match. I remember it might have been Unreal last season or some other interview. She's like, I don't care if I win or lose, as long as I'm on TV, that's all that matters. And you
It
can
was one of her
feel, you can
interviews. I think it was
sense
a
that
Chris Van
energy.
Vliet one.
Yeah, I believe it was.
I think that's what it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And with the same interview, she also mentioned that if I have a minute, I'm gonna use that best minute from my life to promote myself, and that's what it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Any wrestler will agree that if you have a minute, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 45 seconds, 49 seconds, they said
Pretty
you're gonna
much.
use every single second for your character.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Hey,
That's.
hey, clip. I have never been creamed like that before. Like,
Oh yeah. And then you got
Chelsea,
Matt Cardona just
Never
going
mind.
along with it, quote tweeting it with the eye emoji.
Look, listen. Matt Cardona is a blessed man.
Yeah.
Should've
lot
He
of
been.
people
knows.
who knew.
He's
He
always
knows what
ready.
he's doing.
He's always ready.
He's always ready.
Yeah.
man.
I also want to give a
is-
big shout out to the NXT superstars. I just wanted to say a big NXT superstars. The only one that did not need to be there, with no offense, girl, you've been doing great in your roster, but JC Jane, with all due respect, like you count
Hell
as the
no.
people. The people that
Yeah.
are champions should have not been there.
Yeah,
And,
where was
JC Jane? You count.
where was Blake
I'm
Monroe?
gonna stop you right there.
Blake Monroe should have
Yo.
been there as well.
That
Yeah.
But listen, I'm gonna stop you right there. Y'all not gonna disrespect JC Jane like that. Jersey legend, NXT Women's Champion. With that being said, why were you in the fucking Rumble if you the NXT
That's what
Women's
I'm saying.
Champion?
That's what I'm saying.
No, you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
I just wanted to let's put some respect on
I
New
feel
Jersey
that.
first,
Yeah.
and then we can start shitting.
Fucking
Oh, yeah.
Jersey. I'm just
The,
saying.
the thing is,
Wait, hold on. But hold on. It's New Jersey. Why should we?
they're like, since I brought up Blake
Okay.
Monroe, like I wanted
yeah,
Let's go drop.
I wanted Blake to be a part of this too because you had Tiffany.
Charlotte's acting when she accidentally eliminates Alexa is pretty good. I'm looking at the face.
It was good.
Instant no.
Yeah.
Like,
and then Becky coming out immediately afterwards, just
that was good.
Icing on for me, it was icing on the cake because it's just like, oh shit, I just got rid of like my biggest backup. Oh, here comes somebody that I just fucking hate anymore. Like, oh god, somebody I used to be friends with. Oh, son of a. Okay, fine.
I just
time
also,
to run
one
that
thing I
back.
miss about having Seth on is I miss Becky Lynch's promos mentioning her hot husband.
Yeah. Yo, Becky is a really good promo, man.
Yeah,
Becky is an amazing promo.
One of the best parts of the division for the past year.
Like, no, like
honestly,
my thing about
I think that the thing is that even as I have this replaying, right, is that there's so much good in the women's rumble that or it's either good to neutral. There's nothing in the women's rumble though that made me feel like I did when I got to the final 10 of the women's rumble. I didn't feel the way I did. I was like, shit, this is still anybody's game. We have multiple tag teams. We got the and go like, damn, don't nobody need this here. What the fuck?
But
and I think it's also because IWC keeps discounting the women anyway.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's IWC anyways.
But and I can't even say it's just IWC because Evolution was one of the lowest viewed PLEs last year.
Well, WWE in general just be discounting the women's division at times, but that's a different conversation. My thing about this is just I feel like I enjoyed the men's rumble more up until a certain point, but it felt like the women's rumble for me had a better payoff because the way that Liv Morgan ended up winning the rumble and she eliminated Raquel told me everything that I needed to know about what's going to happen on Monday when Raquel faces Stephanie Vaquer, which I had a thought of what was going to happen, but you gave me the clear-cut lane to see how we were going to go. That was my issue with the men's rumble, where it's all right, well, storylines. Where are the storylines in this? This was the big storyline of the women's rumble.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense too.
Raquel taking the title off of Stephanie, because I do think Raquel should take the title off Stephanie. I don't know if that's controversial. Raquel should take the title.
Yeah.
Because if Liv and Raquel were to go, or Liv and Stephanie were to beef until Mania, it could be good. But it wouldn't be great.
Right.
But if we get an actual Liv Raquel matchup going into Mania, that shit will feed families. And
with Roxanne?
With Roxanne caught in the middle too?
Yeah.
If this is how the Judgment Day breaks up, with a feud between Liv and Raquel and Roxanne having to find her way, because I originally didn't like the fact that Roxanne got pulled into the Judgment Day.
Same.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because I was I enjoyed her. When she got called up to the Elimination Chamber last year, I was like, oh yeah, this youngin is kind of clean. I like what I'm seeing. And then she ended up in the Judgment Day, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about her being here.
Right.
But if we can build this into a triple threat at Mania between those three girls, as much as I love their friendship, cool.
Can I just say one thing before I let somebody else speak? As far as the Judgment Day in general, right? I said this when she first came to the company, and I think it's more prevalent now that this would have been a better fit. When you first brought Stephanie Vaquer to WWE, she should have been a Judgment Day member. I still strongly feel and I understand that she's a great face. She moves units and t-shirts and shit. If your worry was about the fact that she can't speak, even though she does a really good job with English, in my opinion, if you wanted to get her over, putting her in a Judgment Day as the big buff, all right, I'm the leader of this could have turned Judgment Day to something much better than what it is right now. Because I keep saying that Judgment Day feels like Team Rocket, and that's an issue that hasn't really been addressed for the better part of a year and some change. And it's all right, well, if you want this to be a credible faction on par with the Bullet Club, on par with the Bloodline or something, cool, the comedy is great, but they gotta actually win.
With the Judgment Day, in my opinion, there's two of them specifically. The second they get hot, whether it's Dominic, the only person who seems to be allowed to stay hot in the Judgment Day is Liv. She is the only.
Is Liv?
They
yeah.
be hot.
Yep. Yeah, because as soon as Raquel gets some sort of momentum, it's like, nah, let's tone you back a little bit. As soon as like JD starts showing out, now let's tone you back a little bit. Finn, they don't want to do shit with Finn until
since 2016.
The second part,
they blue balls him.
Just keep getting randomly injured in the Judgment Day.
That too. That too.
That too.
It's like between injuries and their, because again, like we talked about before the show, like before our show, kayfabe is basically dead. So let the heels be stars. Your heels would move merch if you would stop fucking cooling them off.
Yeah.
I probably would have caved and bought a Shula Fala shirt if you didn't take the Shula Fala away at the first fucking PLE matchup.
Yeah.
Like that gimmick, I loved that gimmick.
Yeah.
WWE also just has a problem with merch in general, but that's a different conversation.
It was corny. It was corny, but cringy, but good. Shula Fala. It's stupid, but it makes it fits.
Here's the thing, right? Is that this is another one of those like racial dynamic issues in the WWE where they treat Samoans like niggas, but like like thank you, Bonnie. Getting those shoes taken.
Yo, bro, like, fuck you mean taking my shoes? I'm gonna beat your ass.
That's the thing.
I've got my shoe.
Like,
I've got my shoe rubbed and thrown to the wired in the street.
They stopped that shit so early. It's just like y'all could have just kept going with it.
You know how hard Tribal Thief is?
5 pairs of Roman shoes. He should have been taking other nigga shoes. Like,
yes,
Jay's there, Jimmy's there. You could have gone to SmackDown and take solos. Like,
that he won should have ended in your shoes being taken.
You could have taken some stuff from Mello,
bro.
Fucking Trick Williams.
You had the perfect opportunity to make Bronson Reed low-key into Debo from Friday. And my issue is, bro, you need more people from different walks of life in the writer's room to give these different dynamics, because that's going to help give you a better product.
Yes, I agree.
Fucking Debo, I can't.
Honestly, like Ryan Ward, he probably was going to push that shit. And somebody told him no.
Come on, man.
Debo.
But
the Tribal Thief
came up with. Let's be real. That Ryan Ward is the only like nigga in that room. That was him. That was him.
That was it. Yo, it was hard.
But also, like, Tribal Thief sounds hard. Like, hey, I don't care if it sounds the same as Tribal Chief. Tribal Thief sounds hard. That means some guy that looks like a tribal is going to be coming down the street and rob my shoes. I will be running away. We used to protect them shoes from getting creased as kids. We literally, literally protected our shoes. If you truly did care about your shoes as a shoehead, you would literally not get them creased. You would get pissed for anybody stepping on you, even by one fraction of a second. Tribal Thief, bro.
If I accidentally clip somebody's sneakers to this day.
Yeah.
Yo, dead ass. Yo, that's,
yeah, me too.
It's sin.
Me too.
It's sin.
Me too.
It's
but I do want to pass it to Drop. Yeah, because I do want to pass it to Drop because I know Drop was saying something earlier as well about Blake Monroe and plus something else. So I do want to hear from him.
Yeah, the only thing I was gonna say about that is like they could have taken like a couple of these women that didn't really need to be in here, but it's like I stated earlier in the beginning of the show. I think I said, or maybe before we started, I really wasn't a big fan of Tiffany Stratton being number 30. I knew she was going to be here because they were talking about it, so she showed up in the other point. That's fine, but it's like, since they had all these NXT superstars coming on the show and everything, like I was sort of expecting Blake Monroe to do that because I know they're foaming at the mouth to do it. I'm just going to say Mariah May, just for the time being, that they're foaming out of the mouth to do a Mariah May and Tiffany Stratton bit. Like, I know for a fucking fact they're foaming out of the mouth to do something like that. This was the perfect opportunity they could have done that, because they did the same thing with all the Asians in the match when it comes to, you know, Io Sky and Asuka, and then you had Julia there and everything like that. Yeah. It's like they always do those certain spots. They know people have been making memes about Mariah May and Tiffany Stratton looking alike for like the longest time. Like, I don't understand why they couldn't have like thrown her a bone or like something like that. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
There's no reason why Julia should have been in this match, and I love Julia's one of my favorite wrestlers. There's no reason why she should have been in this match, being the women's U.S. champ. Really, honestly, for as much sense as it made to have Becky in there, she's the women's Intercontinental champ. I wouldn't have had her in the match. Like, there's so many other different women in spots you could have had. There wasn't really like a wow, oh my god person that came out in the women's Rumble, and I think that kind of bothered me.
Dude, I would have taken that. I would have taken that chick out and threw in Saraya.
Fuck. I didn't give a fuck about
Brie. I didn't care either. Reaction? I thought Saraya was coming out. I thought Saraya was showing up tonight. To be honest,
I would have hoped for that instead. I would have rather seen Paige on screen instead of seeing Brie Bella. Once Brie Bella came out and them trying to look powerful as a tag team, I'm like, oh, we know we're gonna see Rhea and Io.
The Hall of Fame buff.
I would have taken Tatum Paxley.
Yeah, I would have taken that.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been great.
So fun fact.
They did.
My love of Tatum Paxley is strictly from WWE 2K25. She was carrying my women's division in GM mode at one point.
Because she's fired. Because Tatum Paxley can wrestle.
She's amazing.
Tatum Paxley is an amazing wrestler.
And she's getting book-ish in a way in NXT, because I know she could have won the title, but then lost it again.
Just swap Bailey. Just swap Bailey with her, so you can have Lyra and Tatum on like the main roster.
Oh my god, they were
have much
magic.
Bailey's out of there, bro.
Yeah,
Bailey will not be on the WWE roster
fit on tonight.
No, I don't.
So you also think that as well?
Yeah.
The what fit?
Now she was looking like Deku from My Hero Academia.
Like, who was it that? There was somebody out there that had the blue and yellow, and I said that they look like a Fallout character.
Ivy.
Ivy now. Yes, it was Ivy.
I would have taken her out too.
Yeah, she definitely looked like she had Pit Boy on her.
Yeah, I would have.
She definitely did.
I would have taken her out.
Bailey, you also think that Bailey is not going to be here by the end of 2026? Because if the guys were saying this as well, because the way she sees herself.
I wouldn't be
the way
surprised.
I don't know what her contract looks like, but like realistically, bro, I don't see her with WWE. After this point, once this contract goes up, she definitely an AEW type of shorty. Like it's gonna happen. It's weird by like you want to talk about stop and start pushes. Bailey was one of those types that kept getting that. Like, bro, the whole split personality role model thing that you could have did with her that you kind of just refused to fully go like full send with, and that could have been great. Also, on a side note, another thing that bothered me about the Women's Rumble was like it felt like they could have gave more to Lola Vice. Yeah, and I feel like that's a constant just in general. Like Lola Vice keep getting fucked over when it comes to like a lot of these spots, a lot of these placements and stuff.
Her and it's like who else? It was Jada Parker. No, it was those two. Jada Parker. Yeah, her and Lola Vice always get stop and push. Like they're pushing them and then they stop. Her pushing them and stop is just questionable. But I do agree, Jada Parker, why you not in this Royal Rumble? Like you could have had her here.
Yeah.
Jada Parker by this point, I think should have won it. Jada Parker should be champ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jada Parker should be women's NXT.
You don't
either her.
You don't
or
need
Lola
Jessie
Vice.
Jane. You don't need Jessie Jane on NXT no more. Have her move to the main roster. She doesn't need the title. You could have just given it to Tatum Paxley, kept that story going on, and you also needed like Jada Parker be the next champion. Lola Vice as well. You have contenders there, but they keep stopping pushing. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think especially because SmackDown's 3 hours now, right?
Yeah.
That shit should not be 3 hours.
It's a drag filling out half them time slots too. So you need people, or at least like you need like better.
You need mid card. They don't have mid card.
Oh, what was that last comment? Oh, better storylines, huh? Oh man, if only they could write something. If only they could, man. Fucking God, I hate 3 hours.
I do want to shout out though.
Despise it. Fucking
again. The Last Legend being the 5 eliminations she took out. It was great to see her in the ring, see her do a much better representation for an NXT roster of last year 20 minutes. With this year, from what I saw, she did 25 minutes. So just to see her, see how good she did. Candice LeRae, I also don't think Watkins said her during the sidecast that she's not going to be here by the end of the year as well, because she might be leaving with Johnny Gargano like Campia did. because Candice LeRae, she's being a producer, is what the report is. That's why she has not been booked. But look, she could be such a good Rupa star. She's also such a good actor when it comes to Nia Jax. She's like, oh, remember, we're still friends and all.
Yeah,
Like, she still know how to portray that character, but she doesn't get booked well, and that's the sad part. So I just want to shout out to these people that at least, did the effort. And, Roxanne, go Shigo.
Yeah, and then
Go
they,
Shigo.
they also gotta like do something with Kairi Sane too, because like when she was in Stardom, she was doing a lot of stuff. So I'm really hoping they elevate her somehow with this Oscar program, and not just have Oscar beat her in the end and everything. Like I just really want to see the time. Like it almost reminds me like of the time when Rey Mysterio like finally hit Dominic. Like that, she's gonna get a huge pop the time that she finally hits Oscar across the face, just because of the like mental abuse that she constantly goes through.
So one of the things they kind of got to do is like the women kind of need to have, each show needs their own tag titles if they're going to do this.
Yeah.
But also, because like the tag titles being like sometimes on SmackDown, sometimes on NXT, sometimes on Raw.
Oh.
Come on. Like, and I get it. They're already having issues with booking. Like creative is struggling.
Oh.
Well,
dude.
I mean, that's a staffing issue.
Here's the thing.
They let go of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like that's the thing. They like started these. Okay, here's the thing. And this goes back into a conversation we had like a year ago, and something I keep bringing up. They should not have introduced 2 women's mid-card titles. They should have kept it to 1. So that way they could have like used the roster, like they could have utilized the roster numbers that they have on the main roster.
Yeah.
And like filled out those divisions. Have it be floating titles like the tag titles are. That's fine, because you have enough women on both shows to be like, okay, you know what? If we want to have 2 world titles for the women, fine, cool, neat. But a single mid card and a single tag titles, fine, because then you can, again, you can float it between different brands. And plus, here's the other thing too, for the men's tag titles, do the same thing, because you're not doing shit with the tag teams anyways. So it's just like, okay, we can have the focus, like let's say, okay, let's say a month on Raw, it's like they focus on Raw the tag titles, on SmackDown it's like a tag team feud going on, and that goes into like maybe the number 1 contender for that, for example. And then the next month, oh, now we're gonna focus the tag titles on SmackDown this time. Like you could do that easily. Like I don't understand why it's so freaking hard for them to understand that kind of concept. But what they ended up doing is like, oh, let's have 2 women's mid-card titles on both shows. It's like, okay, I get the idea of like having the opportunities, and I'm not saying, oh, take the opportunities away from the women. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying the fact that like you need to see what you have at your disposal and
live within your means.
Yeah, so like utilize what you have on there. You know,
their issue is that they're too rigid on how they've been implementing the men's titles, right? Because like, but they want the women's division to mirror the men's division, but they also don't want to commit to the extra time on these shows. But they also don't, and it's like you don't want to do a bunch of shit that you need to do if you want to make your system work. So
exactly.
Like, if you're gonna make the choice to have a women's intercontinental title and a women's U.S. title and different separate women's world titles, like you could do this because I mean, if you want to be honest, Raw and SmackDown, there was a time period where like they were kind of like there were multiple titles, but it wasn't like fully like, the 2 titles, like the world titles being linked together. That's something that happens when they don't really want to deal with writing storylines for both titles. So you could have made it where the men's division just either you either keep the IC or the US title. I would say you keep the IC and you defunct the US title. You have 1 set of tag titles. But then watching both shows becomes a bigger deal, right? Like you have to keep watching both to have the through line. So at that point, commit to the fact that you have 2 separate brands. Commit to the fact that you're going to have these titles. And as lazy as this will sound, tournaments should be more common in WWE.
Thank you. Thank you. I love how me and Vonnie is like, yes,
Shit.
yes.
Thank you. I was just thinking this.
Because that's the story, right? You have tournaments, you get to, so then any match that's like, oh, this match seems like it's kind of random. No, it isn't random. This is a match that's building
To set up the number one contender. Thank you.
Like,
Because
so everything is building towards being a contender in whatever division you're in.
for the past 3 weeks, we have had Jey Uso come out but like, yo, tag team division, we're putting you on notice. And then literally it's like, okay, Adam Pearce, why are you not setting up a number one contender? Why are we not setting up a number one contender match? Why are we not setting up something for next week? Why are we not scheduling, postponing? Why are we not having a meeting? Where's the people like, hey, like Feeney, all we got is Otis saying like, yeah, I want you some meat. I want some meaty match.
I don't know, man.
For somebody like, question, right? For somebody like Penta, who does really solid work on the roster, and we don't know now that an IC title area is a little convoluted. If you wanted to give him some stance, like it'd be crazy if you could put him in a tag team with somebody and have him go for the tag titles against like the Usos.
Man.
If only there was like a tag team partner that he could have had.
If
I wonder
only
if
he has
a brother.
If only he has like a family member that's on the roster, you know, like man, that would be something.
That would be kind of fire.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like if only there was
because they're lazy with the names, so like fuck it, Los Hermanos, the brothers.
Los Hermanos
who don't even know what that means, but like fuck it, like do that. Give us something, man.
That means
WWE
friends, right?
Mexicals again.
Like,
by the way, chat, I know we're on the Women's Royal Rumble segment, and we did a little whole side tangent. We had a whole side conversation about it, but let's bring it back to saying the question is, how do you feel about Liv Morgan actually winning the Royal Rumble? Her pointing the shooting star that she got this accolade finally to check off her bucket list and call it a day.
Finally,
in kayfabe, Liv did it how you would expect her to. She kind of like screwed over Raquel a little.
Yep.
She used Oblivion and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things, so this is a small thing about Oblivion that annoys me online is that people are like, Oblivion's one of the most protected finishers. Oblivion's one of the most protected finishers. Yeah, but it also doesn't get to work half the time. So like, is it
that
really
Oblivion she did on Natty to knock her out? Bro,
that was a good one.
That was hard.
That was good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It all depends on who's taking the Oblivion, because some people take it and I'm just like, oh, you're just rolling through the move. Other people like actually like make it look like okay, they're like their head is
the Rock selling a stunner.
Yeah,
exactly. They're selling the shit out of it, you know. But yeah, I agree. Like as many times as Liv has been the runner-up in these Royal Rumbles, it's about damn time that she wins one. And I feel like this year was a good year for her to do that, you know.
And
depending on oh yeah.
Out of kayfabe, every Elimination Chamber match, you got Liv Morgan. If you need somebody, if you need a woman who will show up and be like, look at me, I'm really cute, but also look at me jump through 3 tables and slap myself with a chair and get hit with a sledgehammer and possibly get set on fire, Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, I have a question. Since we're all here, Walker's asked me this on stream, and I didn't know how to answer, and I said Catwoman. Because Alexa Bliss is Harley Quinn, but then Liv Morgan, I said she's Catwoman.
So okay, so to kind of put it into context, so it's just like okay, when I look at like tag teams and all that, it's like okay, Charlotte's like a Wonder Woman kind of character, and I'm like okay, Alexa Bliss, even though she's like a good guy right now, she's kind of like a Harley Quinn character, if we're being honest, kind of like that thing. But then like
that they made her design,
Liv Morgan low key is also Harley Quinn though.
Yeah, she is. But can we have
that's the problem. Just like, is this like a different universe Harley Quinn, or is this like? And so it just kind of led into like a whole different mindset. I'm just like, okay, how do I classify her in my own mind? Because like, I'm already changing Roman from Kaido to freaking Roxy Zebek, and I'm just like, all right, well, there's that.
Kaido, is that from that weak ass One Piece?
Look, man, I say you do it in Magic the Gathering colors, man.
Oh my god!
Look, you do it in MTG colors. Like Liv Morgan is like this red-black character, maybe like a red, black, and blue. Actually, you know, full 3-color Nicole Bolas tier type. Like Because like Liv is like the small, scrappy one that's at the top of the division, and I respect that.
Yeah.
Like that character archetype specifically, and so like she's gonna get it by blood, right? Like she gonna do what it got to do. So I'm like, all right, yeah, let that, because I think sometimes that these characters get like stuck in the upper mid card where it's like you're not going to see them have the IC title or the US title, like that type of title, because they're better than that title, but they don't get the big title a lot either, or they don't get a lot of those big moments or big wins. And it's because Liv is willing to let people win. She feels a similar role to Chelsea to me a lot of times.
Yeah,
sometimes
agree.
gets to win more or be at the top.
I can see that.
Shout. That's a shout.
Natty, Natalia.
Yeah.
That
I feel like
turning heel here could actually be
It might be.
good for her, like going forward.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I agree.
Thing, like this Natty Neidhart character, like so some of the stuff I saw from like what was it, Bloodsport and all that, like oh my god. I mean,
brutal.
Natty was beating the shit out of niggas, bro.
Look,
Yeah, she was brutal.
Not to fully goon or anything, but you know, there was a lot of step on me energy in this match. But with Natty, it's just like, oh, you're gonna beat me up. All right, thank you. May I have another? Like that's Natty Neidhart in a nutshell for everybody out there. But like, yeah, it's just like you have these people that are being built up like that. But like, and that's the thing with like WWE. It's like everybody has their role, everybody has their like rank, quote unquote, if you want to use that. But it's like we have these people that need to be elevated, or we have these people that like keep reaching these thresholds or like these moments, and it's like we finally have Liv Morgan finally getting that moment that she kind of deserves. As everybody's kind of saying here, it's just like she's put in the work, she's put in the effort, she's counted the lights here and there, or she's been the one to like have that title, have those main runs and all that. And we're finally reaching that point where like we can finally do like a good nuanced story here with her, because like the moment she eliminated Raquel, she was laughing.
Smiled.
It wasn't like this whole like, oh no, like it wasn't the Charlotte thing where it's just like, oh no, I accidentally eliminated you. Not a Kyrie thing. It was like, oh yeah,
it was intentional.
Oh my gosh, it was intentional. She was just like, yeah, I eliminated your ass, or however her freaking laugh goes and all that. Like it was calculated. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah,
and this just adds so much. Like this makes me want to tune in on Monday night.
Yeah, because
makes me want to be like, okay, what's gonna happen? And this is what you need for your weekly television program, and especially when you do big events like this, because it's just like, okay, you're giving me the hook right now to make me tune into your program. How are you gonna keep me engaged right now? And like we're starting to build upon this. We're entering WrestleMania season with these stories going on. We now have our like top contenders of Liv and Roman going to WrestleMania for these titles. Depending on who they face or whatever, we'll have to wait and see with that, and all that. But like, not to stop conversation or anything, but we got a couple other matches we got to get through. One of them being something that's like, I feel like we should give some time to as well, especially considering who was in it and all that. The other one, I don't really think we have a lot to say, or at least I don't particularly. So if it's all right with everybody, I feel like we've had so many good conversations, so many good things, so many points going around here. But let's move on ahead to one of our other two matches that we had. We had two not amazing Royal Rumbles. They were pretty good Royal Rumbles, I'll say that. But let's move on to a really
really
great
most Royal
Rumbles
Rumbles ever.
Can I put like one final pin on the women's Royal Rumble?
Of course, yeah. Go ahead.
I feel like we maybe didn't talk about it as in depth as the men's Royal Rumble, but that's specifically because I feel like the women's Royal Rumble was a more consistent product all the way through.
It was.
It was
Thank you.
Oh yeah, we're having a good match. Yeah, solid match all the way through. Like, okay, yeah. Not like, oh, Brie Bella's here. That's kind of a waste of time. But you know what? It's not horrible. Like, so it was like the worst.
It didn't ruin the match.
Yeah, like the
it did.
It didn't. The women's Royal Rumble were like, I mean, it's all right. Whereas
Yeah.
with the men's rumble, it was like, what the fuck are you guys thinking? Like towards the end. So it's like there was more frustration with the men's rumble, whereas with the women's rumble, we're just like, yeah, I can see this. Yes, yeah. I concur.
Exactly.
Indubitably.
You scaled this character well. Like, whatever.
And plus, to add one last note on my end is that with Liv Morgan winning, and just we see feuds like we mentioned throughout the men's. With the women's, it just added the feuds more to the Raquel and Liv stuff on Monday. Yeah. Like you said, we're tuning in. So like, I'm here for it. We also a lot of people speculated for Liv to be. So it's like, hey, it was most people's speculation. Yeah. It happened. The match was good from start to beginning. Comedy was there. Everyone had their spots. You literally cannot really say it was bad unless you try to nitpick. Unless your Dave Meltzer is going to say like a 2 out of 5 online, then that's a different story.
Man, get that bum out of here.
Yeah, let's not even bring him up.
Like,
yeah.
Get that bum out of here.
But
like,
yeah, I think that's all.
I feel like I should clarify that just because I feel like if somebody stumbled on this VOD or was watching it right now and they were like, man, I feel like they didn't have... It's because we didn't have shit to complain about, really.
Yeah,
exactly.
Straight up.
You know,
we spoke about the future of the matches, and that's a good thing. We spoke about the stories, the spin-offs of this, and that's good.
Exactly. But you know, for somebody that might have a spin-off series right after the Royal Rumble and all that, we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. AJ versus Gunther. We had career versus notch in the belt, I guess. You know, like I'm not gonna lie, this I'm surprised this match. Maybe I shouldn't say surprise. I'm glad this match got the time that it did because again, it's AJ fucking Styles. I'm just gonna say that the man can have a 5-star match with a paper damn bag. Like, and I've said that for the past like 10 years since I've been back into wrestling and all that. Like, man, this match was good. This match was good. The whole story being like, you know, even though you know both men are trying to win the match or like you know pin and all that, the whole crux of this match is who's gonna make the other tap out or pass out and all that. And at the end of the day, it was Gunther. We heard Dvorak's Ninth Symphony being played yet again at the end of a big match. I don't know. I really like this because again, like I do, and as much as I love the entertainment of the sports entertainment aspect of it, the sport aspect of it, I do really appreciate. And this one, much like a lot of Gunther matches, gave me exactly what I wanted. And I don't think this is the end of AJ's full-time career as a wrestler. Because again, I still hold true to like his comments of like, oh, this is the end of my WWE career. I still think he's gonna make a little stint in some other companies, like you know, TNA. AEW,
according to Triple H, he just said that AJ. Well, again, kayfabe. We just had this whole fucking conversation. Allegedly, that AJ Styles told Triple H specifically that he is completely done in ring, and this is it.
Look.
So that got announced, I think, on the post-credit show that nobody watched. That y'all said.
Yeah.
Triple H also says every single week that this is a new era. So
he also told me that this was going to be a good Royal Rumble.
The funny thing about that new era line for me is that if you played the WWE 2K storylines,
it'd be the same era.
No, he says it in those. He's like, "This is a new era." Like,
this is a new era.
I'm just like, God, dude.
Now
how many new eras do you need to have in just like 2 years? Like, come on, man.
It's just interesting. When people say, "Hey, AJ, he might be done." When we know when a wrestler is fully done, we see the boots or the gear in the ring. AJ put it back on. He didn't leave the gloves. He didn't take off the boots. He didn't leave in the ring. Just like John Cena when he left the George. Just like Goldberg. Or just like Sting and a few other wrestlers when they're fully officially done, they leave the gear. Even Triple H, he left the gear as well. We've seen a portrait or art or fan art about that for many years still, even after. So like showing that AJ said, nah, putting the gloves back on. And we have seen the reports that Shinsuke Nakamura, Mia Chin, both literally have posters out that his career's over, but we don't know if it's going to be WWE. But then also we get the reminder that his contract ends this month of February. So is it February 1st that is done, and then he goes to AEW this Wednesday or TNA this Thursday or goes to New Japan this month?
Nigga said Triple H need to put his headset in the middle of the ring.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
He does.
What's crazy to me is that I feel like the NXT stars, like every NXT star that's come up in the past couple years that I've like paid it, or like since I've started back watching that I paid attention to, has been done well. They've been curated well. Their character work has been good. I've been like, yeah, you're doing a good job. And I'm like, what is Sean feeding these guys? Because they're doing great. But then people remind me that Triple H was running NXT and he was great then, and now he's not.
Amazing. Bro,
but,
again,
but that
is it TKO or is it Netflix?
Right.
Is the question is like which we because thing is that we have seen the house shows, we have seen the overseas shows, and those are sometimes much better than we have seen televised or even by the pictures. So then, what is it that makes you feel like you could only fuck up on televised shows and we're just gonna eat it up?
It's this weird I want to be safe thing, like, and like right now, like whatever we're talking about, I like start putting like replaying the match. Like, so right now I got the Gunther versus AJ Styles match playing again, and like this match wasn't bad at all. Like, there's a little bit of blood in it because AJ got a random cut on his arm,
Which was just brutal.
but like it's just. And there's like good technical wrestling in this too. Like, I was just looking at the part where he does the sleeper hold and like AJ tries to counter that into the pin.
Yep.
But it's just also like him going for the Styles Clash and seeing like their size contrast was actually like a really good moment for me, because it was just like, yo,
he was struggling, bro. He was struggling to get his leg above that. Yo, I was worried for Gunther neck on that one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But like,
I just feel like with what we're doing now, like him not putting the gloves in the ring, I can see you giving him a proper tour of him going goodbye. But like also you just did the thing with Shinsuke in the ring, and then like I don't know. AJ strikes me as a type that is capable of just saying like, all right, I had a good run. I don't need a whole like glory tour. I can just be done and ride up into the sunset. I've done enough. Also, y'all are telling me that he's going into like more of a producer type role or like one of those types of things. So it sounds like he's still going to be with WWE. I don't know what that looks like, but yeah.
I mean, if we get AJ booking,
shit, I would love him to be in the writer's room. Shit, hire him in the writer's room.
Yeah.
I'm sure AJ will be screaming like, you know what? I will AJ Styles you right now on this table if you don't listen to my suggestion.
No, I
have that on Unreal.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. Like seeing him help out some people in NXT or.
Can I ask a question real quick? Real quick. Y'all have seen this AJ Styles interview, right? Because I said this in the simulcast I was watching, and nobody remembers this. But remember when AJ Styles was on a phone line, and then like they started asking him about the gay community and shit, and then he was like, "The gay community, oh no, get him off the line," and then hung up. Y'all remember this?
I have that as a sound.
Vaguely.
I have that as a sound bite.
No,
that's a sound bite.
Thank you.
I did see a clip like
no, I heard of it.
Him calling somebody like the F slur.
That is the funny. No, not the F slur. Let me not do that. Hold on, could that be crazy? But like, Box. So what you're saying? That is the funniest shit ever. That clip, that sound bite, and I'm like,
yeah, my friends.
Like, nobody remembers this anymore.
Yeah, my friends on another server of mine that I talked to actually have that as a sound bite.
Oh wow.
Look,
I didn't know about that.
He's also a flat earther too.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And that's not taking away. Like,
yeah, he is a flat earther. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, he is
a flat earther. He's like, yo, there's not proof that the Earth is round. It's just like, dude, the gravity for one.
Yeah.
My favorite AJ Styles promo in the WWE has been when he was going up against the New Day. And like they was like, "Where's your tag team license? I need to see a tag team license." And he's like, "Cap, that means lie. I know what that means. That means lie."
Yeah, like, I remember that.
Yo, God bless AJ,
no, when he
bro.
was praying to like for Dominic to get clear.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that shit was hilarious
I love that
too.
feud with him and Dom.
Oh yeah,
when he was janitor and the
janitor.
Also, I wanted him to go over in that feud.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, so like, one thing I appreciate about Gunther. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Walker, but I was gonna say like one thing I appreciate about Walker is like I'm on the same boat with Anarchy. Not saying that I was bored by Gunther, it's just that I wanted more character out of him. Like, cool, he lost IC title.
No,
he
bullshit.
Like he lost
You are on camera saying that Gunther is boring. How dare you?
No. I do agree with that.
I have said it. You literally said that Gunther is boring. No.
Gunther has been boring. He has. It's because I wanted more out of the character. I wanted more out of him just complaining like, oh, I come back and get my own title. I need to come back into it. Like, okay, my guy, what you talking about? Like, can we need more of your character? We need more of your emotion or something. But then him actually having the match with, CM Punk throughout the past couple of months, and then his feud with John Cena, all right, cool. But then now he's like, all right, cool, I'm the career killer. I put him to sleep a little bit. So I'm like, cool. I just hate it when heels get on the top rope on SmackDown and when AJ's there and then leaves the top rope, be like, nah, I'm not gonna fight you. Like, yo, if you're a heel, be a heel.
Nah, I gotta be on my turn.
Like, be something. But then I get it. You're gonna just wait until tomorrow. You're gonna cancel him out. Cool. For the match itself, it's just making me appreciate Gunther's character of him trying to be the career killer and everything, because even when he was annoyed of AJ not getting up or to give up, the way he just sat down and waited on him, like I just felt like that was like a Thanos type of sit. Like, all right, I'm tired of you trying to fall down there. I'm gonna wait for you to get back up so I could just knock you out myself, because you're just gonna continue walking down or being pissy trying to choose to give up or not. I'm gonna just sit my ass down. You get up then. I will drag you back down then. Get a motherfucker. Like, that's the type of vibe I felt like from Gunther, and that's one thing I appreciate, because he shows that he's the ring general, but he also shows that in the dominance with the hockey from my One Piece fans.
See, I have a witness here. Drop, you are my witness for this because I know you remember the one episode we had when I went on that tirade, and then Vash is just like, well, anyways, it's still boring. I'm just like, motherfucker, you didn't listen to it. Like,
I mean, yeah.
I have a witness.
My
thing before the show, like, I know I was just like tired of angry European men.
Yo, look, man.
Nah, give me all of the Ilja, bro. Give me all the Dragunov.
Yeah, it's Dragunov.
Okay, so I think the thing with Dragunov, whenever I see his matches, they're so intense, and like I think
his Brawley
is also that he's not that big buff, like, so it's like a scrappy, like wild, like like I feel
he's
it.
Saying Czar for a reason.
Yeah, like it. So like he's got that intensity. Like when I was watching him and Carmelo go at it, I was like, yo,
dude.
All right. Yo, the H-bomb is the coolest finisher.
Yeah,
thank you. Yes,
bro. That's just bro.
Yo, it's just jargon of just being crazy and everything. Just literally getting told by Carmelo during the mid match, and Carmelo say, "What's wrong with you?" And it's just literally it's just jargon, just like, ah! Like I just love it when Walker just saying like calling him a Super Saiyan, calling him a Brawley. Like I see the Brawley, I see the Vegeta. Like he is literally that vibe. I can't wait to see AJ Dragunov versus Gunther. That match on TV will be amazing when it cooks. What's the drop?
No, that's the thing. It's like what they're doing with Gunther, they need to be doing with Ilya Dragunov as well, because he's not someone to mess with at all. Like as soon as he had that match with Miz the other night, I already knew Miz was gonna get mauled to death. So you need to really put Ilya Dragunov in a position where he's up there with like a lot of the main event guys. Like I'm sorry, but he belongs up there in my opinion. He deserves to go up against a Cody Rhodes or Drew McIntyre. Yeah, exactly. That like in all honesty, I thought we would have seen like some shit out of the both of them where he was actually throwing Brock around a little bit, because that's just the kind of person he is. He's usually going up against guys bigger than him, but he's also doing the most damage to them compared to the damage that they do to him in response, because you want to talk about certain people having that kryptonite. Cody was Seth's kryptonite for the longest time. He couldn't do shit to him. That's how it was with Gunther. Ilya Dragunov is Gunther's kryptonite, where whenever Gunther gets the sight of him, like you have Gunther going on this fucking career killer thing, but as soon as, Ilya Dragunov gets in his way, he's going to put that to a stop immediately. That's some guy he can't even touch. And they tease that years ago, and we still haven't gotten there yet. But I'm like, I'm really hoping we get there eventually and we do something, because I hate when people come from NXT that are really good and we see it there, but then it doesn't transition on the main roster. That's one guy they do not need to slip up with. I don't want to see him in the mid card forever.
No,
that
I
he needs
agree.
to get, like,
The
he needs
conversation
world.
he had with Hayes makes it sound like drug
And
laws
NXT
the-
too was crazy,
you know,
that the feud they had there.
Which, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess this is actually a really good time because, like, yeah, we kind of segued off the Gunther AJ Styles match a bit, but
No,
do you guys feel
it's
like we
still
should
all
be-
pans together. Yeah.
Do you guys think we should be hot potatoing the titles just a little bit more for like
Yes.
the men's section?
A tiny,
Yes.
a tiny bit, yes, yeah. Like
Yes.
as much as I do like and enjoy longer reigns,
Yeah.
it doesn't upset me if every now and then we do a little bit of hot potatoing. So like when that's why I was so excited when Drew won the title, because I'm just like, okay, great. Like even though Cody had won it 4 months prior, fine. That's fine, because now Drew can hold it for like a few months, at least until Mania. And even if he retains it at Mania, that's kind of fine, but like maybe nowhere beyond that, because that's my biggest thing with, like, especially like these B shows we get, like let's say, like your backlashes, your Clash of the
Backlash.
Castles and all that, like we
It's in
don't
Tampa,
get
technically.
many title changes on those shows. It's usually, again, it's WWE playing it safe. It's just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna have our main champions win. They're just going through a side mission right now until like the big shows, and it's just like we could
And I
do
think that's
more
the
with
other
these
issue,
smaller
too.
shows.
Right? Is that like you could do a title change every month
Mhm.
if you make sure to have actual championship matches on your weekly shows.
Yep.
Because if
Yeah.
you give, if you have somebody go through like a slobber knocker, the Monday Night Raw before the PLE, well,
Mhm.
they didn't come in fresh, so
Yeah.
they lost. They couldn't
Exactly.
handle the heat. Like
You
you do triple threat, because that's the other thing I've noticed. Like since I've come back to watching wrestling, I feel like I used to see more triple threats when I was a kid. Like
Yeah.
They turn them into. They make triple threats used to be just a regular commodity on like a Raw or SmackDown, but now they've become
Mhm.
like features for pay-per-views and shit like that, which is fine, but I mean, like, it takes away opportunities.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like we used to see more triple threats, more fatal four ways, and if I'm honest, because the thing is that like in this era, especially if you want a hot potato a title right now, fuck it, Trick Williams is hot.
Yeah.
He's hot.
Yep.
He's 6'4" with 8 abs. What
Yeah.
are we doing? Drew McIntyre,
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
Fucking Sami Zayn, always gonna be hot. Like you have all these
Mhm.
people who are hot right now. Jacob Fatu. You can't tell me that going into Elimination Chamber, Sammy's not gonna be mad at Drew. You can't tell me going into Elimination Chamber, Fatu's not mad at Drew. You can't
Yep.
tell me going
Mhm.
into Elimination Chamber that fucking Cody isn't mad at Drew because he just got Claymored when he was going to get back in the ring. So you're going to
Yep.
tell me
Yeah.
we're going to have anything other than a fatal like if we don't have a fatal four-way at Elimination Chamber or building up to an episode, or on an episode of SmackDown for the title, what are we doing? Why do we have
What's
these
funny?
triple threats?
What's
We can
funny
have a four-way
is
lead.
well, here's the thing. Look at the event you're talking about. Elimination Chamber. Have an Elimination Chamber match for a title for once. I don't remember
Yeah.
the last time we
That's what
had
it
one
used
like
to
that.
be.
That's what it
Exactly.
used to be.
Elimination Chamber used to be a lot like Hell in a Cell, when there was like a multiple contenders wanting a title and then being like, okay, you know what? There's many of you. There's a bunch of feuds that are going into this. A lot of you just hate each other. You know what? Fine. Fudge it. Elimination Chamber. Bam. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Do it on a random like SummerSlam, but like it turned into just like
honest.
Hell in a Cell, Money in the Bank, all like TLC. It turned into a pay-per-view. And they
When I
were just like,
came
we
back,
got to do this every single year.
I was confused.
Mhm.
I was like,
Yeah.
we're doing Elimination Chamber, yeah. And they're like, this is for the number one contender. Huh?
Yeah. Like,
Bro,
there's
to go through
there's
a hell match to get a regular singles 1v1 match that's gonna have no
yeah.
special stipulations.
Well,
That's
like,
stupid. Why is the number one
well, here,
contendership match harder than the actual championship match?
well, see, here's the thing, because you can kind of turn that around to like the Royal Rumble, having to face like 29 other guys. So like, it's just, so like, on one hand, I understand the concept of like having an elimination chamber match with a number one contendership on the line. I could see the mindset with that. However, you kind of have to balance it out, just like what I said earlier. It's just like, if a feud means hey, or like a multitude of feuds means hey, we need to have this match happen, then have that match happen. You can do other, like, again, tournaments are a thing, battle royals are a thing. Like,
So
you can do shit like that.
just to contrast that though, at least with the
Mhm.
Royal Rumble, it was largely introduced as this big battle royale, and like the first Royal Rumble wasn't actually for a contendership match or whatever,
No,
but like
it
by
took
the
them a few years for
I think
that.
it was by the like fourth or fifth one where they like really
Yeah,
peaked out, like squeaked out what they wanted the Royal Rumble to be. But it was always
yeah.
like the Royal Rumble is supposed to be like this really big prestigious event in of itself that they
Yep.
add players to. But like the Elimination Chamber is technically a match that got downgraded
Yep.
Yeah.
because the first one is a
Like Hell in
title
the
match.
Cell.
I just want
TLC. Yeah.
to quickly jump in since it seems like we're using my hosting duties, using that we already left the AJ Styles versus Gunther match, and our last match is a WWE title match of Drew
this-
and Zayn and Sami. So I
Yeah.
want to ask before we transition to the full conversation of what could be an elimination chamber, so we could continue talking about the end. Where is Sami going? Do we have any last thoughts about Gunther and AJ before we fully transition out?
Well,
It's
what I
like,
was gonna say here is like that. This does kind of like, to kind of circle it back to AJ and Gunther. It what this conversation is kind of talking about, what this means with like AJ and Gunther, is because like a lot of the online criticism at least I was saying about like AJ losing this match is the fact like, oh, this should happen at WrestleMania. It's just like, it doesn't need to happen at a big event like that. Like, let's make some of these other events mean a little bit more. Like, okay, even though this is the Royal Rumble event, I get it. You got your Royal Rumble matches; those are like the big selling points of it. But like, you can still have bigger things that happen on it. Like, for example, one of the other matches that come to mind is John Cena versus Umaga back in the day. I think it was like a last man standing match that happened at the Royal Rumble. That's one match that like people always like praise John Cena for. Another one, also last man standing match, was like Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. That ended in a double knockout, which led to the triple threat match for He Who Must Not Be Named winning the Royal Rumble, going for that world title and beating Triple H and Shawn Michaels that night. So it's just like, we can have these events and it's fine. We can, have your elimination chambers, have your TLCs or whatever, but like, we got to make it so that these moments mean something more, and that's like with this whole AJ Gunther thing. It's like AJ losing here means so much more because it didn't happen at that big WrestleMania. Because like, everything doesn't have to happen at WrestleMania. You don't have to have it happen like that. Like, and again, this also helps segue into our next match here with Sami and Drew. Where like, if Sami had won tonight, I would have been perfectly fine with it. Granted, in storyline, kayfabe, and all that stuff, Drew going over Sami makes a lot more sense. But you could have had a title change here, and that would have been fine too. Like, even though the story kind of dictates, okay, Drew going over Sami here, you don't have to wait till a whole other year for WrestleMania in Saudi to crown Sami Zayn as a WWE champion or a world champion at that point. You could have done it tonight, and it meant even just as much, if not maybe a little more, than it would have a year from now.
And
So,
that's the
yeah,
other thing
again,
about why I brought
mhm,
up that hot potato thing and like the lack
yeah.
of multi-way match exploit, because the other thing is that quite frankly, multi-man matches protect everyone who loses.
Mhm.
yep.
Like if you go into the elimination chamber, it does not actually matter if you lose
Yep.
because you are in one of the hard. As long as you don't get pinned, like squashed within like, oh, it's a one-on-one and you got squashed before the second nigga or the third nigga even got out of the chamber, you are fine. And so, because like you can tell that they're always like worried about like, oh, we don't want to let somebody get too hot. Oh, we don't want to do this. We don't want to do, buddy. If you would have just made like, let's say instead of letting Sami lose clean tonight,
Mm-hmm.
he did lose clean.
Yeah,
you would have let Fatu interrupt.
Yeah.
Now, what I mentioned was you go to Elimination Chamber, blah blah blah. I'm gonna say, you know what? Sammy's like, I got my match interrupted. I was in front of a crowd that respected me and loved me, and I had all this momentum from Montreal, and and like it's a believable story. I feel like I even got Sammy's cadence down there a little bit. Like you can,
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
Yeah, you did.
And then all of a sudden, Elimination Chamber is Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, fucking Trick Williams. Because make this his first test. He doesn't have to win it, but you get Trick in the Elimination Chamber, and then not Oba because his first title match, like for the world title, he has to win it in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
He's got to win it.
So that means at SummerSlam when he wins his King of the Ring.
Yeah. Like I say, when goes to the King of the Ring turn. Yep. So they like pick a 6th person. It doesn't even matter who, because that's just somebody who you're thinking about floating up there. Fucking Carmelo Hayes, if you decide to take the title off him. Put Dragunov in there. Somebody who,
Zack Ryder.
See if we get some pop. See how they do. Boom. Because that's what they did with Roxanne Perez last year.
Yep.
They put her in the Elimination Chamber while she was still on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So make it a title match. Do something with that. Like Hell in a Cell. We only pull it up for feuds and stuff now. When is the last time we had a Hell in a Cell title match?
When was Finn Balor versus Edge in a
that was
2024?
Title match.
Never mind.
Specifically title match.
I don't know.
Wasn't it Drew versus somebody? Drew versus Cody or some shit?
No, the last
because
that was Drew versus Punk. That was entitled. That was for a bracelet.
Yeah.
No lie. I'm just confused Steel Cage with whoever Hell in a Cell match because they're almost the same in a way.
I could see that. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah,
Damn,
I can't recall one that was for a title. At least in like recent memory.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Wiki got me.
There's been one since I've come back, and I started back watching again, like late 2025. I want to say, like I know for sure once Raw was on Netflix, I was watching it. So
the last time we had a Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Championship, there was 2 of them: Bianca Belair versus Bayley and Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. This was in 2021.
And there was a Hell in a Cell match of June 5th, 2022 when Cody Rhodes defeated Seth Rollins.
Well,
that one was
not for
that was 2022.
Yeah.
That was just that was when he tore his titty, right?
That was the black and blue titty.
Yeah. Bro, he had the galaxy boob.
Dude,
that shit was crazy.
Man.
Bro, it was 4 years. It's been 5 years. Sorry, 2021. So it's been 5 years. Yeah. Wow. We have not had that.
We're not doing ladder matches for the world title anymore. We're not doing we keep doing these standard like stock safe singles matches. And like thank God they did that 3 stages of hell match with like Drew and Cody recently. But it's like they're afraid to do like creative matches anymore. Like Sheamus partially got his like push early because I'm pretty sure it was by having a tables match with John Cena.
Something like that. Yeah, I believe so.
And what sucks is that I get it that we're trying to be safe workers now because like Cody and a few others have said that instead of working 300 shows, because that's why they have knocked down live shows. But like if you knock out live shows, and I get it, we're trying to be safe workers, not trying to have a steel cage or trying to be in a Hell in a Cell and everything. And also you got to worry about camera to capture the match still and everything. But like it loses what us fans that grew up with, it loses the story aspect and the feel importance, where it's just not, it feels like every title being changed, it would be unexpected that once in blue where Drew wins it on a regular SmackDown, or it will only feel changed on a big PLE. And it's like, we want that where if we see old clips, us old heads would be seeing John Cena or Batista and a few others just main event on a regular Friday Night SmackDown or Raw. It's like, oh shit, these are big superstars, but they're main eventing like a regular show. But now us fans right now, we have the vision main eventing for the past 4 months as a tag team match or as a 1 versus 3, and it becomes like a it becomes a whole DQ.
About my fatal 4-way point, right? Like,
yeah,
one of the things that happened in the Montreal match was like Trick Williams hopped out the ring right away. Like, nope, y'all got this. Fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Put damage on each other. Get
Yeah.
his head in yellow.
He do what I do in 2K.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. And that's the thing. Like, you can do like wonderful storytelling with multi-man matches and all that. And like,
It's
you
like,
had a
you do
great
that?
way. Yeah, like you had a great way to set that up tonight as well. Because like, even with like, let's say Sammy did win the title tonight from Drew, you could still do the Elimination Chamber route as well, where it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, now that Sammy's taking the title off of Drew, well, you know, Sammy and Drew still have a thing. You still have Jacob Fatu wanting to kick the shit out of Drew McIntyre. You have Cody who wants Jacob, who also wants Drew, and you know the stare down with him and Sammy the other night too as well. You could throw Randy Orton there in there. Why? Well, I mean, he has story with Cody. There's stuff with Drew and all that, but like he's also fucking Randy Orton, so fine, whatever. And guess what? The other two names I'll throw out there. I mean, there's Trick Williams. You can throw him out there, just like what Aniki was talking about. Like, feed him to the wolves, see how he does, which he could do well. Or there's Damian Priest, who is a former world champion. All that, like, you could have done a lot of things with that, but instead they decided to play the safe route with it. But like when it comes to this match itself, like with like Sammy and Drew, I mean, when it comes to WWE anymore. We were saying this last night as well. It was a fine match. Nothing like too outstanding with it. I'll say this much with it. Drew is so good at the character work, like with his facial expressions,
Agreed.
his body language in the ring. Like there were some times I was just like, "Oh wait, are you losing your mind? Are you about to break a door here and be like, here's Johnny?" Or instead be like, "Here's McIntyre." Like, are you gonna be doing that shit too? Here's Drew. Like shit like that. Like, man, it was really good, and I'm just glad at least Drew's getting a good run with it. But again, the conversations being had here, it's like, okay, maybe we could have done a little bit more of a hot potato kind of thing, like keep things fresh, keep things like unpredictable, especially going to Mania. It's just like, who's gonna go into Mania as the champion? Like that really could have been the story here.
Yeah, like how they did EO last year.
Honestly, to kind of tie this in as well with like the Rumble winner, it probably would have made Roman winning a little bit more palatable if Sammy had won the title here. Because now it's just like, okay, even though Sammy won, you still have that mindset of like, okay, the WWE title can change hands at any time. It makes it more unpredictable of being like, okay, who's Roman gonna pick? Is it gonna go the route of like, okay, let me face CM Punk one-on-one? Or am I gonna take a risk and figure out who's gonna be the WWE champion by Elimination Chamber? Because then you can have the elimination. Oh my god. See how many like I'm just one dude right here in a call with 4 other guys cooking something
right?
more than 12 guys in a damn writings room.
We're
with
trying
Triple
to
H.
protect them like health wise too, right? Because we're talking about this and we're like, no, because, and this is what I was gonna say like a bit ago. If regardless, right, your championship match, you're gonna have that shit run for 30 minutes.
Yes.
So if we're gonna have this 30-minute championship match, we could have it be one-on-one, where 2 people have to work that whole 30 minutes, take risk that whole 30 minutes, or have a bunch of downtime and make it very uncomfortable. Or you can do these fatal 4-ways where somebody can go sit in the corner like, oh no.
Oh shit, that's a cool spot.
Let's
breathe real quick.
Yeah.
Like, but you can do these things, and like it's so strange how these options are like neglected. And I get it. They're like, oh, we really need to push a single star. But here's the thing: you don't actually have to do that because like, and I think that's also part of the reason why like the tag division is seen as bad now, right? Because they've overemphasized individual star power, where like Roman was built and shaped, and they tried so hard to make Roman a star that they like forgot that DX as a stable was over. Like X-Pac,
Mhm.
like people never cared about X-Pac individually when I was a kid. I never like heard people be like, "Oh
No.
yeah, like X-Pac's the shit, bro. I really want to watch
No.
some X-Pac matches." But it didn't matter because he showed up in DX gear.
Yeah.
And he was that guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so like Road Dogg Jesse James and the badass Billy Gunn, as the Outlaws, they were kind of over. They combined with DX, they were really over.
Mm-hmm.
The Hardy Boys, to this day, as a tag team, like people are like, you see Jey Uso's grabbing the tag rope again. Nobody has ever said that shit about Jeff Hardy.
Nope.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy was once a singles champion. He was once the WWE champion. Nobody's like, yeah, look at Jeff grabbing the tag rope again, because they built up the tag division. They made that shit matter. They made it fun. Like, you had the legendary TLC match that I watched live as a kid. You know, like, I don't know about you guys, but I watched that shit live.
No. Hey, WrestleMania 2001 in Anaheim was my first ever WrestleMania I watched. That triangle ladder match, which paved the way for the TLC that same year, bro, I remember all of that build up. That was elite tag team work.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what my first WrestleMania was?
What was that?
It was WrestleMania from 1996. This is the first one I can remember. I was 3 years
WrestleMania
old.
12?
Yes.
Oh my God, that was the Iron Man match.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is one of my core memories as a child, actually. One of
Okay.
my core memories is Shawn Michaels on the zip line riding out to the ring.
Fair.
Wow.
All white with the hearts, bro. That's a core memory for me. That's one of the first things that I actually remember.
Yeah,
bro. I don't even remember 3 years old. For me, when it really first started wrestling wise, bro, 1999. I vaguely remember for some reason Triple H called a stipulation for a match or something, and Jeff Hardy had to face Matt Hardy on a Monday Night Raw. I could be misremembering it wrong, but I remember the match was Jeff versus Matt. It was a Monday Night Raw, and I remember that match, and I was like, this is the first time I'm seeing this. This is cool. Jeff Hardy is my favorite wrestler ever. And to your point initially of what you were saying about like building up the tag division, watching his build up from then up until now, like the impact and the work that they put into him, that he put into the company, the same can be said about I think the problem with Jay, to your point about this, is that he got the it's not the benefit, but Jeff and Matt had the benefit of not necessarily having the internet throughout like the majority of that tag team run.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Like,
is cooking people, bro.
Nigga, they got the internet talking about when the day Jey Uso got back in that tag team with Jimmy. The internet was putting up memes talking about, we have now found Saddam Hussein and did this, that, and the third. I'm like, that is crazy to me. That is wild.
That's insane.
When they say like Hitler found dead and shit, like, and it's like, bro,
that is what the fuck is going on?
It's just crazy of how much when it comes to this, but Sami Zayn, hopefully you get a better future in the next couple months. Hopefully I guess we gotta wait until Saudi next year for you to get the full win, or maybe hopefully the WWE creative actually listens and understands there's actual feedback instead of just ignoring and be told by Triple H saying, shut up and eat this ice cream. It just don't matter if you like it or not.
Nah.
Because I think ultimately my final stance on tonight's Royal Rumble is Royal Rumble as a whole, as a POE. Like, my final takeaway is that it's like a B or C grade product. But ultimately, the word I would use to describe it is safe. It was a very, very safe PLE. Like, even Liv winning is technically safe, but it's the good kind of safe. It was like, you rewarded Liv for these years of hard work, for last year's plans being thrown awry because of her injury and her being stuck out for 6 months. You rewarded Liv for all her work. That's fine. It was a safe win, but it was a good choice. Roman was safe, but he was not good. Drew winning is safe. It was good, but it was like solid, but it was safe. Gunther winning, technically not completely safe, but it was still kind of predicted and like expected, because there's no point to having. So, and this is my biggest issue with that career match, right? Is that because it was Gunther's idea and we had Gunther do these things already, it was kind of obvious that AJ was gonna lose, because you can't kill the career-killing streak on the third match.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't work. It has to be somebody like it's too soon for that. So it's just like it was a way too safe as a PLE. There wasn't anything special. So like when you tell us, oh, we're going into a new era, nigga, I hope the era is not the fucking Weenie Hut Jr. safe. Everybody's wearing pillows and
we're in Super Weenie Hut Jr. That's where we're at.
So yeah.
I give this PLE. I get a shit a C plus B minus.
C plus B minus. Okay.
Yeah. You know, I feel that. Like,
C plus.
Yeah. Drop. What are your final just thoughts, I guess, on the Royal Rumble tonight?
I would probably have to agree. It did feel like a safe Royal Rumble when it came to the decisions that they made here. Like, I feel like the only Rumble winner I really feel okay with is Liv Morgan. This Roman Reigns thing. I like I said earlier, I like the guy and everything, but I can't say that I'm gonna be fully locked in when it comes to this build, because we've seen Roman Reigns WrestleMania builds, or just how builds are with him nowadays. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna be taking into account when it comes to a lot of this. I mean, like, the one thing I can say that I honestly do believe is what Triple H did say at that post show, because there's a lot of credibility to that statement that he made, because Roman does that on a regular basis. So out of all the things that Triple H says, and he says a lot of crazy shit, I do believe that, because we see it all the time with the guy. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll get to that road whenever we get there. When it comes to Gunther, I mean, he did what he needed to do. You're starting this gimmick with him. You can't really kill it here. And I don't really know where his status is in terms of like WrestleMania. If I'm being honest, it seems like they're doing something with Oba and Brock. It doesn't really make sense to just lump Gunther in there. So you could probably save that with him and Brock at like a later date. So I don't really know what he's gonna do, like when he comes to like Monday Night Raw. Like what is he gonna say there outside of, oh yeah, I retired AJ Styles? Like that was like one of my complaints I did have with Gunther initially. Like, I didn't care he did it like the first and second time, but I didn't like the third time he came out where he kept saying the same thing about, I retired John Cena, I did that, I did that. Like, I just want him to make mission statements. I want him to start going after world titles or championships. That's kind of something you really need to propel yourself after beating two top guys like that. So maybe he tries to insert himself in that. I don't know. Like, we really don't know until we get there. Maybe he has some words for Roman. We don't know exactly what's gonna go on with him. And then Sami Zayn, I mean, I can't really tell what's gonna go on with that guy now, because it seems like there's gonna be other people lumped into those main title programs heading into Mania. What is he gonna do? He's gonna get a feud with like some random guy on SmackDown or something, and that's it. Kind of like how it was like last year, where it was like Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest like having that little WrestleMania program. Like, well, that's the thing that bothers me with Sammy. He has these highs, but then he gets these lows, and he always gets the short end of the stick. So it almost like reminds me of what I said yesterday when we did the SmackDown coverage, where I was talking about the thing with Cody, where if Cody didn't win that match against Roman that year, a lot of people weren't going to give a shit about him finishing the story. So it's like, how much longer are we going to really, shake the keys in front of us when it comes to Sami Zayn? Like, we got to figure out what we're doing here with him. Well, that's all I have to really say.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
My very last thing I just want to say is we got really fucked over by Seth Rollins getting hurt and having to drop that title.
Yeah.
We kind of did.
We did. We did mess up on Alanda, and my final thoughts on this Royal Rumble is that I'm thankful for the reaction sidecast. It just makes it more enjoyable. Honestly, if I watch this with my wife, it would be enjoyable because I'm just having fun with her, just talking about it. She's asking me questions. Who are these superstars that she doesn't know? I give her the quick rundown, so it just makes it fun. And then with walk-ins, I just see one of us, we're crashing out, or we're trying to throw guesses. Who's coming out next? Is it Jordan Grace? Is it Julia? Is it this person? And we just throw random names. and then it happens. So it's like the comedy part really makes it enjoyable. But what makes it more fun is that when we come down and break down the review, we just have fun about it, have transitions and have tangents on where things go. Was the event, like when you go outside of it, the more that we spoke, I have to agree with Vonnie rating the C plus, the B minus. It's like it's not great, it's not bad. It was entertaining and safe, but that's not always the best thing when it comes to a sport that's live sport. But like Vonnie said, Seth Rollins having the injury, and also congratulations to Naomi, but also having the opportunity to go like, hey, you was literally on the fucking Tampa stratosphere, but then you had to take a pause because life happens, and this is what you wanted. So congrats either way. But like now we had both bumps in the tag team division and both bumps in the women division of both main titles with Jade and Stephanie. So it's just like, hopefully in this new era, number 15, or like Paul Heyman says, we're still in number 6 inning. Hopefully we go somewhere.
Freaking Paul Heyman with all that shit. I don't know.
6th inning, 8th inning, 9th inning, 12th inning.
He's just like, yeah, don't fuck around and find out with me, Pierce. It's like, all right,
oh my
cool,
God, Paul Heyman goes to Pierce's face. He's like, yo, you messed up on production yesterday. Your fucking team exposed Braun Breaker as number 1.
Yeah.
I need him to be number 2 now. Wait, what? You got him number 2? He could have been number 30. Man.
I didn't. No. See, now my headcanon is just like, okay, the botch happened, and that's how Paul Heyman found out. He's just like, Pierce, I want him to have a later number. Okay, great. He'll have a later number. His number's now 2. Like, that's now my headcanon of it. But yeah, I don't want to repeat too much of what's been said already with our final thoughts, our final closing things with all that. It was a very safe PLE. Definitely something you want to watch with friends. I think that definitely does enhance the experience. Just as much as being at the arena, for example, and being around that energy. Because yeah, that can definitely enhance any experience, whether you're at a movie theater, wrestling event, whatever have you. Being around people can enhance it. And that's just the beautiful thing about pro wrestling, especially like in this day and age. We can all come together with our different opinions and all these things, but at the end of the day, we're experiencing it together. We're having fun together. And that at the end of the day, like I said last night with my big spiel, it's all about having fun. And I feel like each and every one of us had fun with the Royal Rumble today. And honestly, for me, that's all you need to do. Just make me have fun. And you've already succeeded.
Right,
whether you're a B minus, C plus, even a D minus is technically passing. That's not failing, Yeah, it means you need improvement, but hey, that means you didn't fail, right?
There is room for improvement.
Yeah, there's still room for improvement. So, man, what a great night. What a great night of talking about the wrestling, And if you're joining us live, that's great. That's awesome. We love you guys. But if you're watching the VOD of this, maybe it's not nighttime for you. Maybe it's the morning. Maybe it's the afternoon. Maybe it's dusk or dawn. Who knows? I'm not the one to determine when you listen to us, but at least you're listening to us. At least you're engaging with us. At least you're liking the stream so Sydney can get her treats. At least you're, subscribing to the channel because, hey, at least last time I checked, we're still at 198. I don't like numbers like that. It needs to be an even like 200.
No, we're at 199 actually. We're at 199.
199. Oh my God, we're only one away. You guys have another 15 minutes before I start throwing chairs at Vash. Yeah. Good luck dodging those, buddy. I hope you learn from Goldberg, but
Or get your shoe robbed.
If you're watching this and you don't subscribe to this podcast, I'll beat your ass.
Yeah, and you
and
don't
get your
want
shoe
that.
robbed and throw it to the wire on top of the street corner, and you get it. You would never get it.
Oh my God, I can't.
Yeah, hey, bro, you
man.
want to see a real tribal thief?
Oh my God. No more thievery. No more shenanigans. We're done. We're over it. Kaput. Thank you. lovely people out there, for taking time out of your day to listen to the Weebs of the Ring podcast. If you enjoyed what we had to say, we have tons of links down below. You can find me at Watkins MW. You can find Vash at Legend D Vash. Drop this box. You've got Vonnie. You've got all his links down in the description below. You got Aniki's descriptions down below with all his links and all that. Looks like Vash has something he wants to add to all these.
I refresh my tab. We have 200. We have 200. I want to say we have 200.
Hey, see, now I don't gotta beat nobody up. Now I don't gotta do that.
Excellent.
Oh, there you
Good
go.
job, everybody.
There you go.
I don't have to
appreciate
feed
it.
you to dogs and use your organs to fund my daughter's college tuition, so that's nice.
Oh my god.
I mean, that last
deep.
part might still happen, but you know that's when we get to 300. You know,
No snitching, no snitching.
Yeah.
Look, man. And now we're about to be in a new month, which means now new goal 300. Boom, go. We might have to pay for Aniki's daughter's tuition, but that's besides the point. At least you went into that description, you clicked on all those links, you subscribed, you followed, all the wonderful stuff. We appreciate everything for you guys with all the support. All 200 of you guys. Love to see it. Love to hear from you. But hey, that's besides the point. Also, if you do follow us on those social medias and want to talk to us more, use the hashtag Weebs of the Ring. That's a great way to talk with us before, during, or after these shows. And it's also a great way to give us feedback because, hey, we're nothing without you guys tuning in. And much like Rock Lee and the rest of his team, we love to get better than the previous versions of ourselves from a day, from an hour to a minute ago. And we are nothing without you guys tuning in. We love to hear back from you guys. Weebs of the Ring is presented by Animal Movie Studios. Thanks, of course, to our production team for all of their hard work to make this show a reality. Thanks you once again for joining us. And remember, as always, no stunt grannies were harmed in the recording of this podcast. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you on Monday for the good old Monday Night Raws. Have a good night.
We're eating McGriddle with some cheese.
Yep, the
He said
pancakes.
McGriddle.
That sounds good. Take
Mm.
care.
Hey, you still eat pancakes with cheese?
Yeah.
Why'd you
Cheese
have
on
to say
pancakes.
that?
That shit slaps. Thank you. Vonnie remembers. He knows.
Yeah.
That's just
I
on the
wish I
record.
didn't.
always.
That's okay. I've eaten peanut butter sandwiches with cheese on them before.
Wait, what?
Y'all serial killers in here. What the fuck?
Wait, hold on. Peanut butter
Yeah.
sandwich
First
with
off,
cheese
I
on it.
chose a different path. Second off,
But hold up. What type of cheese? And crunchy peanut butter or creamy peanut
Nigga,
butter?
what the fuck?
But hold on. I gotta ask these questions because it depends on
Hey.
the flavor of the peanut
You
butter.
don't gotta
It
ask
depends-
these
Well-
questions.
No, yes, you do. Hold
You
up,
could
nah.
shut the
look,
fuck.
look. Time out. Look. So I used to work in a nursing home, right? And this guy
Okay.
named Thaddeus Casper would
He's-
ask for peanut butter.